This week, a New Jersey woman, Rita Glusman, was charged with hacking her husband to death with an axe, cutting the body into pieces, and having a cousin dump them in a river. According to police, Glusman learned how to do this by watching the program Martha Stewart Living. This week, CBS aired the Martha Stewart Christmas special, in which she demonstrated that with an old soup can, some used tea bags, some string, and some sparkles, you can make a useless piece of crap. Martha Stewart is here, and she wanted me to tell you, don't let the busboys clear your table off tonight, because a little later Martha will come up here, and she's going to show us how to take those old discarded fish bones and make a beautiful birdhouse. So... That's nice.
Have a joke? Tell them a joke.
Well, because it's a 50-50 chance it's not going to go well.
No, it's a 50-50 chance. It's
not going to look like a penis.
Yeah.
It's going to look like a Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Read a joke.
All right,
we haven't read one joke.
Before we begin, I have a quick public service announcement. Would somebody, anybody, please f Martha Stewart?
Oh, I get that one.
What?
I don't understand that.
What?
That's weird, right?
Too soon.
It's meta.
Well, the holidays are just around the corner, and here with tips on how to make this Christmas truly special is nationally known authority on style, Martha Stewart. Martha?
Thank you. I think for each of us, childhood memories of Christmas are something unique and personal. My own memories center around the big Victorian home where I grew up. Early each Christmas morning, the other children and I would awake to the unmistakable smells of baked cinnamon apples, mulled cider, and minced pudding wafting from the kitchen. In an instant, we children would come bounding down the great staircase, our arms and legs all akimbo.
Akimbo?
Yes, akimbo. And our childish eyes as big as saucers, eager to spy what good things Kris Kringle had brought.
Hold on a second there, Martha. Kris Kringle?
Yes, Norm, you know, Père Noël, Father Christmas, good Saint Nick.
You mean Santa Claus?
Oh, you called him Santa Claus. Anyway, it being Christmas, Mater and Pater had dismissed the staff.
Wait a minute. Mater and Pater?
Yes, it's our parents, that's what we called them.
Where did you grow up?
Norm, that doesn't matter. You see, Christmas is the same throughout the world.
No, I'm just curious. Where?
New Jersey. Anyway, there we children stood, staring in awe at what we were sure was the largest Christmas tree ever, festooned with candy canes, lemon sticks, and rosebuds on a string. And there, hanging in the mantel of the enormous fireplace, were all the children's stockings, filled to overflowing with walnuts, pecans, candied plums, dried figs, and spiced oranges.
Now, we're in New Jersey.
Nutley, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, I know Nutley. Yeah, that's off Exit 7, Route 3 off the Jersey Turnpike.
Yes. And then it always seemed just as we were about to open our gifts, the neighbors would come by wassailing. Here we come a-wassailing, they'd shout. Good wassail to you, we'd reply.
Wassailing? Never mind, go on.
No, Norm, I think I'd better stop right here. You seem to think I'm making this up.
All right, suit yourself. But hey, if you run into any of my friends from Jersey wassailing, you give them my best, huh?
I'll do that, Norm.
All right, Martha Stewart there, everybody.
I used to really have problems with handsome people, like Friends, you know,
Yeah.
it would bother me so much. I watched Friends and then I said, fuck, these are the funniest, super handsome people ever. I'll give that to them, you know what I mean?
Who are your guys
It's
up
probably
there?
harder if you're so fucking handsome.
I think I heard Matthew Perry once in an interview. I think he basically said he invented sarcasm. I think he said that. Norm was on Saturday Night Live. Norm tells the best fucking stories about some of those celebrities that went through there. And Matthew Perry had an assistant and said, he said to Norm, Matt wants to do a sketch that he wants you to be in where he talks like he does on Friends. He calls it Matt Speak. And Norm said, what are you talking about? He goes, well, he invented a way of talking, the way he talks on Friends, Matt Speak. And he showed him a clip, and Norm said, are you talking about sarcasm? Matthew Perry called sarcasm. He renamed it Matt Speak.
Hilarious.
And Norm goes, you're talking about sarcasm?
What about the black odd couple, Gil?
They should have just said to him, oh, that was really good.
I think one of the younger writers said, I think Matthew Perry's a genius. And I think that's what it was. And Norm said, is he good at math or something?
Excuse me, is this Sarcasm 101?
No, it's Lamaze class for men named Arthur.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm kidding. It is Sarcasm 101. Be more gullible. Take any seat you want.
Thanks.
Except that one.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Sit down.
It's really hard to tell.
Thank you. Oh, in class, whoever parked in my space, thank you. I enjoyed the walk.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there's nothing like an hour in the rain.
Oh, wait. Oh, I get it. You're saying that because you don't want him to park in your spot.
Very good. You win the trip to Jamaica.
Hey, wait a minute. You didn't say there's a prize.
Wow, could you be any stupider? Okay, last week's assignment was how you would describe the food in England. Jane.
Oh, the food is so good there.
Kevin.
When my dad eats, he sounds like a pig.
No, that couldn't be more wrong. And just so you know, Kevin, I don't like it when you say things.
My dad's from England.
See, I see your mouth moving and I hear all these sounds, but it's just like coming out like, woo, 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 my dad. Okay, quick pop quiz for everybody, okay? You walk into a bar and you see a fat, ugly, disgusting guy in the corner. You turn to your friends and you say what?
Could he be any larger?
Could he be any uglier?
He looks like my dad.
Whoa, Kevin, try again.
He looks a great deal like my dad.
I don't see what's so funny.
There's a shocker.
I nominate Marissa for class president because of her incisive wit.
Hey.
You people just don't know when to stop.
Why don't you cry about it?
I want to take a bath with Marissa. I mean, that is to say, could I want more to... Can I take a bath with Marissa? Or...
My teaching assistant.
She was faking?
Catch on slower.
Hey! I don't think she's really a student.
Be a bigger moron.
Can I still take a bath with you, or...?
Another Norm joke, but he sort of, again, that area pisses him off as much as it does us. He was at an SNL after party. This, to me, was put perfectly. I'm not going to say the comic's name because, I don't know, permission from Norm. But anyway, Harvey Weinstein was holding court. He was talking about, he had seen that scene of alternative comedy, and he had seen somebody that everybody, was kind of, at that moment, was the king of that. That's all. And, Harvey Weinstein, I've seen him at work. He's a very, obnoxious, he just yells shit out that he thinks is brilliant, like Stephen Wright jokes or something. Right. You can't have everything, where would you put it? Stuff like that. So he says this guy's name, and Norm's sitting there, he's on with Lorne and everybody, and and Harvey Weinstein says this person's name and goes, I think Sons is a genius. And then he looks at Norm and goes, Norm, what do you think? And Norm goes, is he good at math or something? And I thought, the ballsy part is now Weinstein looks like an asshole. And people are like Lauren, and from that moment on, one of the most powerful guys in the world hates with a passion Norm MacDonald.
I'm not a skilled interviewer. Let's fucking face it.
I'm not a skewed. What?
You've done podcasts before, though.
I have. I've never done. I haven't done a lot of video ones.
Have you done what the fuck?
I did Treat Williams's. I'm just kidding. I was trying to think of somebody random that video podcast.
You win that. No one more random than that.
He would be great.
Treat would be a treat.
Now we're going. This is a section where we do jokes.
Yeah.
And you don't have to think of them. They're written
For
on
the
blue
first
cards.
time in the show.
Yeah, the first time in the show. We do jokes. We stop our Mark Maron-like grilling of your personal life. Be a Mark Maron.
I don't have a Mark Maron.
Mark Maron gets it a lot, like anything you say. I get it, I get it. Yeah. Were you jealous of him? People constantly tell me, or I hear this, funniest man that ever lived. Is that
Mel Brooks?
Do you believe that?
Sure. I mean, I think he's of an era. You know what I mean? I think he's still. I think the amazing thing about him, if you are, well, you're not wired that way. If you're a Jew and your wiring is Jewish,
okay,
Mel Brooks is going to tap right into that.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah.
Gotcha. I understand. I find that when I used to do stock lines. And then I was always sad because it would do better than the rest of my act.
People just love it because
But that's why it's a stock line.
Yeah, because the timing's built in. Oh, there was a dude. I don't know if I want to mention his name.
Yeah, what is it? The doorman at the store. There's a lot of stories there. This guy told me 2 of them were sucking each other off in the fucking parking lot.
Is that true?
I mean, yeah, it's true.
Really? The door that was different when I was there.
I wasn't surprised at all.
Because they were those kind of guys?
Yeah, they drink a lot and they're wild.
I like those kind of guys. You talking about gay people?
Yeah.
I was.
What? I mean, who else is going to be sucking each other?
I know. Why do you call them those kind of guys? Why don't you just say, are they gay?
Are they gay? Why?
You sound like a guy from Mad Men or something.
No, I'm not.
Those kind of fellers?
No, that was not the tone I had.
You understand after a while, and even with politicians, like they're still human beings. And,
yeah, barely, but yeah, they're the worst kind of fucking people in the world.
That's
all of them.
I'm glad to hear you say that because everybody thinks you're all leftist and everything.
Well, I mean, I definitely land on the lefty side of things on ideological terms, but I found that from doing political talk radio, just being carrying water for any of them, you just got to realize the quality of people you're dealing with. You're dealing with fucking corporate whores who are operated by business interests. So really, it's going to come down to however you view politics. The question is, do you give a shit about poor people, and and are we being taken advantage of?
Right.
Now, if people want to frame that as, Obama's a communist and draining us of our livelihood, well, that's your particular delusion, and that's fine. I mean,
right.
but I just got disillusioned with all of it because these are not quality people. I mean, I did a joke about Michelle Bachmann on Real Time.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I was getting flack from this, a very small portion of the right, that they were like, he's a misogynist. I'm like, she's a fucking pig. She's a fucking politician. Can you name me 2 politicians that command any respect whatsoever? Why do we respect these people? These people are car salesmen. They're idiots. They're more disingenuous than anybody as performers, and they basically figured out a way to bait and placate morons into voting against their self-interest. That's an amazing skill, but is it respectable? I don't know. Do you respect a guy that sells you horse shit in the guise of a health supplement?
I agree with you. I mean, I think politicians are terrible. I mean, people attack evangelists, but at least evangelists offer something.
Right. Well, they after the immediate relief of someone's pain and aggravation with another line of bullshit. But nonetheless, I mean, they're pretty evil too.
Well,
I mean, with politics, it's like. Yeah, I don't like to get into it that much anymore.
Yeah, let's not get into this shit, man.
Okay, buddy.
Because it's getting. I can see people not laughing now.
No, I mean, but laughter. But I know that you've gotten into a little bit of flack around it. But you're
flack around what?
Around politics.
What do you mean?
Well, just that you've said things that people have reacted to, but you're not like a political comic.
I'm not political. I've only said things on purpose to provoke people.
Right.
Once in a while.
You like doing that though.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
But I've never. But I've never because I don't know enough. And because I don't respect political humor when it's nothing but gossip.
Yeah, and mostly comics and people like us, people who are obviously First Amendment warriors to a certain degree. We like living the way we want to live. So it's really just going to come down to money. It's like, how do I keep my money? I mean, that's the biggest political question that most righties ask themselves. It's like, I'd like to keep as much of my money as possible. And if that's in a minority opinion, how do we get this majority of poor people to get me to keep my money and believe that they're doing the right thing?
Yeah, it's a tough fucking thing because apparently I read this, if all the money in the world was equally divided among everybody would be dead fucking poor.
Yeah. There's these moments where I don't talk about as much as I used to, but then there's moments where you're like, there's a moment that I was on a fucking radio show the other day. And this was an interesting thing because it's about professionalism. I don't do political talk radio. I've got my political views and they're fairly general. I'm not trying to support any politician, but I have the way I think about things.
Right,
but there are politicians that represent the opposite of what I think. So I'm on this talk show with a guy, it's a Fox affiliate, but I'm there to plug my comedy and talk about my podcast and be funny with this dude who's a talk show host. He's a radio professional. He runs an entertainment show for the most part, but he's been dying to talk to Rand Paul about the bridge situation because I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. He's the fucking senator.
Right.
They got bridges falling down, and he's been trying to get this guy on the show. And the guy he calls in when I'm there. So now I've got, if I was doing political talk radio, I mean, it would have been what the fuck are you thinking? You and your libertarian bullshit, and how are we going to pay for this? I would have jumped in and done that. But there was this moment where it's I just done a segment with this radio professional. He was like, God, it's great to talk to a guy who knows how to be on radio. We're having a good time. Hold on, the senator's on the phone. And I got to sit there and go, oh, do I do this? Would it be worth it to sabotage this for some lefty, credibility? And then I realized, dude, he's a radio guy. You're a comedian. You're having a good conversation. He's trying to talk to this guy about a local problem. Just shut the fuck up and let him do his job. And then when you come back, get back to what you were talking about. And I chose to do that. But I did walk out saying, you pussy. You had such an opportunity there.
I was on Politically Incorrect a couple of times.
Yeah.
And, fuck, man, you have to have an opinion about every goddamn thing on that show. So,
or you can just do a little homework and write some jokes.
Yeah, but sometimes I remember at the break, Scott Carter go, enough with the jokes. But I'll never forget it. I'm very unlearned, and so before the show, Scott came in, who was the
producer. Yeah, he's been on the show. Yeah.
So he said, "What do you think about China and Taiwan?" And seriously, I only know those as words, So I was like, I don't know anything. Can't I have another subject? So, anyways, then we get out because he goes because Bill believes this. Anyways, when we get out, we're introducing the guy beside me, the smart guy, right? Mm-hmm. He wrote a book on China and Taiwan.
Right.
So fucking Bill Maher, he starts with me. He goes what was it with China and Taiwan? I go, I don't know. Fucking ask this guy. What do I know? I'm a nightclub comic. What? That's what made me laugh at that show. Everyone's opinion's equal.
Right.
Right. Like a nightclub comic and an expert. And then another thing I always found funny about that show is the comedians try to be very serious, and then the serious guys are trying to get jokes.
Yeah.
So it's
it's not always our shining moment.
I do like Bill though.
No, Bill's great at what he does.
Yeah.
He started out a straight up joke dude, and he knows his shit. And it's pretty amazing.
You know what's funny about him? I don't know if I should say this or not, but he's probably aware of it. When he does his monologue, have you noticed when he does his monologue, he does Johnny Carson?
No, yeah, no, definitely. He definitely models himself. I think that's been his style for a long time. He definitely takes the posture.
But I find it very funny because he's got the posture and the timing and everything, and he's and then she came in his face, but it's crazy words come out.
Hey, Carson would have loved to have done that.
Yeah, he probably would have.
What are you still toying with the idea of the puppet act, or were you telling me?
Oh no! What, you want to hear that guy?
I just remember you telling me you were working on a ventriloquist act.
Yeah, we don't call it puppet act, but thanks a lot, man, for the respect. The new thing is, as you call it, the puppet act. We call it ventriloquism.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's like
I didn't want you to be slumming there.
It's kind of postmodern ventriloquism, where the act almost talks about the non-existence of the, he cops to the fact that it's an inanimate object. You've heard that.
A reductivist approach to
Yes. And they've also, I've noticed, they've exchanged, they used to just have the wood, like your joke would work, the lathe, back in the late 70s when you told it, right? But now, they've replaced the Charlie McCarthys with these giant, much more likable Muppet-type characters.
Oh, right.
Right, so it would be like because they found they were making too many movies where the where the antagonist of the film was a ventriloquist dummy. Nothing but pure evil.
Right.
So then the ventriloquists are going, oh my God, this is not going to be good for my act.
The malevolence factor. So they went to sort of a sleeping bag with a face on it, the big plush thing.
That's what it looks like.
Uh-huh.
But no, Rusty's wood, my guy.
Wait a second. Saberhagen, you have to isolate that quote. That is going to be played regularly on this show. Rusty's wood, my guy, is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, man.
Oh, tell me about Rusty.
Hey, what, another guy canceled?
I don't know. What's Rusty look like?
What, Rusty? Oh, no, I'll get him out of the bag in a minute. But listen, man, it is
Well, listen, Norman, I can't tell you how good it is to hear from you. I think you're a genius.
Wait,
I love you.
Wait, is it over?
Well, I'm coming. I haven't played a commercial yet this hour.
No, but are we going to do another bit after the commercial?
Can you stay?
Hold on, man. Let me ask Rusty.
We'll be right back with the guys on the Dennis Miller Show. Starring, is his name Sandy?
Rusty.
Rusty. How many puppets do you have?
I got 3.
3 in the bag?
Yeah, I got them cheaper because there were 3. But these are not cheap. I paid a pretty penny for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of them worked with Paul Winchell. This guy was a fortune. And then he's one guy, Rusty's the main guy, and plus I got a book. To do it, Hold on a sec. What the? That's just Gervitz phoning. He's phoning to ask me if I'm on with you guys. Should I take it?
Well, Gervit's checking up on you. We're all somebody's puppet, Norm. That's our plight in life.
Wait, why do you keep saying puppet? Jeez, man.
I don't know. Well, these personas that you have.
Anyway, now to me,
what's the Winchell?
They're as real as anything real, like a person.
Well, how I don't.
I have 3. One's Rusty. He's my, as it says in the book, he's my main man. And he's just like an everyman, this guy will say anything. And then there's one puppet that's no good at all. That's he's an old guy and he's cranky about everything, right? But also he doesn't believe the Holocaust happened. He's like the worst puppet character ever. Like I never want to talk to him. I never use him because it always comes back to that.
It's not Steve in Vermont. The puppet isn't Steve in Vermont.
No, he's the worst, man. The guy's just, first of all, he's playing wrong. He's not like an evil guy, just ignorant. Like old mental D. But anyway, then the third one's Richard Nixon.
Actually,
you can talk to any of them. I don't care. I know. I'm not talking to old man Jenkins.
I am not a puppet. Thank you, Norm. Norm, the last time I talked to you were working with a puppet. Does that still hold true?
Why? They're not called puppets, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are they?
Ventriloquist dummies. And even that is a little apathetic. But
what would you what would you imagine they'd like to be called in a perfect
Well, I
world?
call them my friends.
Yes, of course.
My friends in the bag. Christian wanted me to do this, but I don't know where that bag is.
What were some of the puppets? Who was your rat pack in there?
I
forget
had my regular guy Brad. He's just my buddy, you know. And then I got this old man, and I had trouble with him. He's too cranky.
Right.
And it turned out I don't even want to mention what he believed.
And weren't you also beginning to work with a young Chippewa girl?
Oh. No, that one was too expensive. I wish I could find my Richard Nixon doll, because now they have that Frost-Nixon debate.
Yes.
And I do have a Richard Nixon doll.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm calling him a doll, but he's somewhere. But I haven't even started working with him on the road because I'm not very good at it yet.
No. If you use the Nixon doll, you have to hold his arms up and have him say, "I am not a doll." And then you know what'll happen then? Oddly enough, as in Rosemary Woods Land, you'll be greeted by 17 and a half minutes of silence.
Man, that impression was, I would say that's about equal to Frank Langella's.
I thought it was pretty good.
No, I'm serious.
Thank you.
Frank Langella sucks.
What do you like to do during the days in San Fran to unwind? Do you go?
I just work on my ventriloquism.
Oh, how's that going, Norm?
It's going great, man. I thought Rusty and I'd do a little holiday song for you.
Oh, you're kidding me. Let me kick back here and put my feet up in front of the fire, you and Rusty. Which puppet is Rusty? Refresh me.
Rusty's just my friend. You know, I'm having a lot of trouble with my cranky old man. I don't know if you remember old Alec Majerison, the virulent anti-Semite.
Yeah, sure, I remember. What, are you kidding me? I have a plaque commemorating my first meeting.
I'm trying to get rid of that guy because you know he's a Holocaust denier. That's no secret. He's an enthusiastic Holocaust denier, and I've had it up to here with this character. You know, the man, he's just a waste of wood. But I don't know what to do. One of my Jewish friends suggested that, why don't I just throw them in a fire and burn them? But I say two wrongs don't make a right.
Gotta go.
But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. Let me get Rusty out here. Rusty, say hello to Dennis. Hey, Dennis, how are you?
Hey, Rusty.
What?
Hi, Rusty.
Who's the dummy here, me or you?
It's me.
It sounds like it's you.
I'm sorry, Rusty. Let me give you my man voice. Hey, Rusty, how are you doing?
Yeah, dummy. Hey, come on now, Rusty. That's ridiculous. Calling Dennis Miller a dummy on his own radio program.
Now, can I jump in here for a second and tell you, here's how crazy Norm is. I'm sitting here believing that he actually has a puppet. Like, it's not enough for him to fake the puppet act on the radio and over the phone. You did pull out a puppet and have it on your arm right now, don't you?
Of course I have my pal Rusty here. Yay!
What do you boys have planned for us today, Rusty, Norm?
We're going to do a song according to this dummy. Would you stop calling me that? You're the dummy. Now listen, we're going to do a song, a beautiful song. Why? By the way, Rusty, what are you doing for Christmas? Are you going to see your family? Oh, sure. In my family tree, it's an actual tree. Okay, now that's just ridiculous.
You're actually overlapping dialogue here, Norm. You're not even putting a second between you and the puppet's voice.
Now, Rusty, are you ready to sing that song with me? Sure.
There you go.
Okay, I'll start. Here we go. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw him, you would say that he was a drunk. Oh, come on! Well, that's ridiculous.
What the?
Come on now, don't ruin this. This is a classic. I'm sorry. All right, now let's continue. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to town. Rudolph, with your nose so bright, have you been drinking some bathtub gin? What? Okay, now that's enough. That's way beyond the pale.
Stop it, Rusty. Stop.
I wish you'd kick the bucket.
Stop
Like
it.
what? Kick the bucket. What are you talking about? You said pail. Bucket. It's a synonym. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, now that's ridiculous. You're the dummy. Okay. I'm sorry, Dennis. This is going nowhere. This is ridiculous. I apologize for Rusty.
Oh, Jesus, it's so crazy. It's gotten so crazy over the years.
I can't go on with this. This is just an abuse to the whole idea.
All right. Now, what separates Rusty's old man voice from the old Holocaust denier's voice? What? Give me that voice.
You don't want to hear from him, do you?
Well, I know Rusty's just wetted the palate for a little more puppetry.
I swore I'd never use this guy.
It's like the Stones doing "Sympathy for the Devil" after Altamont. Yeah,
there
I
we
never
go.
thought
Alec,
I'd see you play it.
Alec, how are you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay, I guess. Yeah, I suppose. What do you think of this Christmas? What do I think of it? I'm not going to celebrate no holiday where a bunch of bearded New Yorkers killed our savior. Hey, come on now. You're going back in the case. I'm sorry, Dennis.
Oh, Lord. You didn't quite have control of the posse today, but I realize it's the holidays are amongst us and that they're a little petulant this time of year.
I can never keep these guys under control.
Norman, do you still have are you still doing the Holocaust denier puppet? Is he still with you?
It turned out he's wildly unsuccessful.
Meanwhile, on the men's side of the French Open, Novak Djokovic continues his domination. A very talented player, but he's not the only gifted Djokovic. Please say hello to my little buddy, Jokey Djokovic. Look at this guy. Say hello to the people, Jokey. Hello to the people, Jokey. Well, now, come on, Jokey. Listen. Your cousin Novak Djokovic, why, he's certainly doing well. How are you doing today? Not so good. I got a bad case of tennis elbow. What? Well, I'm sorry to hear about that. It's better than a case of tennis balls. Oh, come on. Jokey. It's ridiculous. People didn't come here to hear that kind of nonsense. Now keep it clean. Okay. How many tennis players does it take to change a light bulb? Well, that's a very good question. I don't know, Jokey. How many tennis players does it take to change a light bulb? What do you mean the bulb's out? It was in! Oh, Jokey. That's
What's going on with Norm?
No date right now.
No date, but he might come back. Okay. Hopefully.
He's stockpiling.
He's so
episodes,
funny.
But he's stockpiling for 3 years worth.
Yeah, I've smoked weed with him a bunch of times, but he won't come on this.
Because that's
too public.
Smarter.
I think a lot of comics just, a lot of comics don't smoke before they go on or drink. It's kind of a control issue.
Yeah.
They don't want to feel out of control, and it's embarrassing enough when your joke doesn't work and you're sober. Right. If you're fucked up and a joke doesn't work,
You have
your
a lot of
paranoid mind goes, what do I do?
And you know who comes here? He gives out free pot samples. The guy who runs Speed Weed.
I don't smoke weed.
Oh, okay.
Even though Doug Benson said I did on the...
We would love you. Let's set something up to come in.
Like I always said, I would never do... I know you did Doug Benson, but I go, it's kind of weird.
Well, what happened with me is...
I mean, it's all right with you because you're a working guy, but when people are just starting out in the business, and they want to start smoke weed on...
Well, what happened with me is like I'm stoned out of my mind, laughing, and he's rolling his eyes. Go, we have prepared segments here, Mr. Interrupter. And it's like, well, you get me stoned, and I'm an asshole for like laughing at a.
And how'd you get a word in with him though?
I was annoying. I talked too much, but yeah, he would interrupt. But he would like just go. Fred here is not part of the program, and I'm thinking that's like if I have a podcast where we spin around and get we have to spin round and round, and I'm mad that they're dizzy,
Yeah, no, he's on the podcast. He said, some guys won't come on the show. I guess they don't want people to know they smoke weed. Like Norm MacDonald smokes weed with me all the time. I'm like, what the fuck? First of all, if I didn't want anyone to know, why are you saying it? Secondly, I've only met you once.
Well,
Janine Garofalo 30 years ago. But it's funny because I watched his Super High Me, and I thought, well, this, because he smokes weed every day for a year or something. And I thought, well, this guy will really be able to handle his weed. Wrong. He's like a misadvertisement for weed. You know what I mean? Like his whole face becomes a weird mask. Eyes. He kind of has a lazy eye. It's like, what was that? I didn't hear you.
Have you met Norm MacDonald before?
I got to work with Norm, and I guess I mean, I hope he doesn't mind if I tell him, because this is a very endearing.
Oh, Last Comic Standing.
No, I did.
Right?
I did the season before.
Okay.
But I got to work with him 1 week, and we.
What did you do?
Oh man, I watched every single set he did, and it was so cool. And we actually got. You know what? I already got into the story, so I got to tell it.
But let's hear it. Yeah, that's fine.
He wanted to get high.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I don't really get high before shows, but afterwards, cool. And
Sure.
he's like, no, now.
Well, when Norm MacDonald says now,
right?
You say yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
And he goes and hands me the joint, and I was like, okay. And then he hands it back for a second hit, and I was like, no thanks. And he goes, what's your problem? And I go, well, I'm just worried I'm going to repeat a joke, and I still have to go up and bring you up because the opener was on,
right?
And I was hosting. So I still have to go up there and bring you up, and I just don't. I already did some jokes earlier, and I just don't want to tell the same joke again. And he goes, "That's insane. You're an idiot. Smoke this." and so I smoked it, and then we go inside, and I'm so high. I go, "I'm just going to bring you up. I'm not going to do any time. I'm just going to bring you up." And he's like, "No, do a couple minutes." And I go, "No, please, just let me just bring you up." And he goes, "No, do 5 minutes." This guy's doing really well. Give me, take a little, do a little time in between.
You need a little buffer between comments.
Yeah.
Right.
I said, okay. So I went up there, and I was so high, I was like, I don't even remember what I said in the first half of my set, so I'm just going to tell jokes that I haven't told in years. And when I told a joke...
So you told the audience, you let the audience in on the fact that you had been...
No, the audience didn't know.
They didn't know.
So I would just tell...
okay. Oh, so you just said that to yourself, I'm just going to do jokes I haven't done in 5 years.
Yes,
Okay.
and I walked on stage, and I would tell a joke, and then I would watch the audience, and if they laughed, I would relax and go, okay, that one down. And I did that the whole set. It was horrible. I was so stressed out, and then I just said, ladies and gentlemen, Norm MacDonald. And I look over to my right, and there he is walking the opposite way. and the feature turned him around and pointed him to the stage.
Over here, Norm.
That's how high we got by accident.
By accident, like you tripped on a joint. Right. But I mean,
I love the peer pressure from Norm, though. That's awesome. It's like a high school and middle school all over again.
And he's my hero, so
Yeah.
I just, for me, I was a little worried about him. But then he walked on stage and he opened it up with this great bit, and he was crushing.
Right.
He was destroying, and then he got the light, and then he started to wrap it up, and he started to tell the joke he opened with, and I started to freak out. I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
And the audience thought it was a joke. They thought he was being Norm.
Sure.
But when he delivered the punchline, and it was the same punchline, they realized he had just forgotten his joke, and they didn't laugh. They felt a little betrayed, and he walked off stage in complete confusion. And
That bit usually kills.
and then the feature goes, "You told the same joke twice, you idiot." And he goes, no. And then he looks at me and he goes, this is your fault. And I never got to work with them again. That was the last time I worked with Norm.
But you know what? With Norm MacDonald, though, that's Norm. He's so irreverent that
you'd almost expect it.
He can do that.
Yeah.
And all this, that's a bit in itself. I mean, look at the cauliflower joke he did on the roast of Bob Saget.
Yeah.
That bit, he purposely went up there on that roast and bombed on purpose.
Yeah.
And it was genius.
Yeah.
And have you heard that bit?
Watch Norm MacDonald roast. Who was he roasting?
It was Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
Your head looks like a cauliflower or something like that. I'm not going to do the bit, but yeah, go back and watch.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind. And still in line.
Smells like a fucking pot dispensary in here.
Oh, Norm, let's stay on track here. Let's stay on track. So you were saying, oh, it's been hard for us to get you.
Yeah.
But the truth is, maybe that's your way of saying you're glad I'm here, but it hasn't been that hard.
No, it's been
hard for me to get on.
I feel like I'm
It's getting
You
normal.
know what I'm
high.
saying? I'm making sense.
It's not you, is it?
No.
No, I'm not going to. Let's move the show in a good order here. He made me smoke pot, America. This is the truth. I don't believe in God, but my truth. My truth. Outside, he goes, come on, you'll smoke. I'm like, if you want me to smoke, I'll smoke. I didn't plan on it because I get chatty. I had a bad experience with getting Dogwood High. We cross-promote.
I meant a cigarette.
No, you didn't.
I meant the
No, you didn't.
the
Other
vapor.
than they gave me pot by accident.
I don't know.
Your producer.
This weekend, veteran news anchorman David Brinkley apologized to Bill Clinton for an election night commentary in which he called the president, quote, boring and uncreative. Admitted Brinkley, there was certainly nothing uncreative about the way you moved Vince Foster's body. The president's a murderer. You didn't know that? The mysterious Indonesian accused of illegally raising millions for the Democratic Party. Earlier this week, Secret Service logs showed that Mr. Wong had visited the Clinton White House more than 60 times. But on Friday, administration spokesman revealed that there are actually 2 John Wongs. Furthermore, they stressed that the John Wong who visited the White House is a different man. He isn't the fundraiser. He's the guy who killed Vince Foster. Rejecting conspiracy theories that President Clinton killed Vince Foster, a report out this week from independent counsel Kenneth Starr has officially concluded that Vince Foster took his own life. Among other things, the report cites evidence that Foster was deeply depressed in the days leading up to his death. Although the report does concede, Foster was deeply depressed because President Clinton was trying to murder him. On Capitol Hill this week, 17 Republican congressmen formally asked the House Judiciary Committee whether there is sufficient evidence to begin impeachment proceedings against President Clinton. In response, the president said, quote, hey, you know who would have the answer to that question? Vince Foster.
Okay, Norm, you're Canadian.
Yes, I am.
So what do you think of this whole presidential mess?
Well, I hope that the Democrats don't steal the election from the winner, you know, but who knows?
You like George Bush, don't you?
I love George Bush, man. He's a good man, decent, you know, none of this. He's, you know, he's not a liar, a crook, murderer, or anything like that. So it'd be good to get the. See, I think we should get the homicide out of the White House and get like a fresh start, because we don't want any more murderers.
I think we should just go on to the next question.
Oh.
Who are the murderers? Yeah.
Oh, Clinton, he murdered a guy.
Yeah, you know, we're not allowed to. You're not allowed to put out no accusations without.
That's a little too far.
That's the way it does work.
Let's just go on to the next question.
Yeah.
This is not my week. What can I tell you?
Oh, it's not mine either, and I'm being very nice. Okay. Be a good boy. Now, Norm.
Do you never hear that?
No. Listen,
No,
we don't need
I
to
don't want
talk
to get
about
into this,
that.
and I don't want to hear it, and this is not the place to make those accusations, and you're supposed to be funny. Let's get on to the next question.
Exactly. So get with it. There you go.
This is a live show.
Not for nothing, Norm, but you have been properly chastised by Barbara. So I'm now going to ask the next question.
I thought it was a matter of record.
Shut up!
Shut up! Look,
Okay.
let me do this, okay?
I'll tell you what's a matter of record. You will not be invited back if you don't shut up. All right, now. Let's talk football.
All right, manslaughter.
Let's talk football.
Norm, did you ever hear the word?
The phone is ringing.
I certainly hope that's somebody calling to tell you to go home.
Oh, no.
Dude, you got a phone ringing.
Oh.
Answer the phone.
Hello? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. The thing is this. There, you know Matt Strauss?
Yeah, the producer.
The producer. He told me it would be funny. He said, like, why don't you carry a cell phone on and then let it ring and then pretend like there's a guy on it?
Is there anybody on it?
No, it's a thing. Pretend.
You know what, Norm? You're a dead man.
Here, you talk to him, man.
You know what, Barbara? You know what you said about rage and work?
Give this man a plate of soup and tell him to shut up.
Norm,
all right then. Let's see.
Norm.
What?
Okay, listen, Norm, listen. Not only have you annoyed us, but I've read that you have actually annoyed one of your idols. Who is that?
Oh, the great Bill Cosby.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Oh, my God, I love that guy. He's my hero, you know, just like you, maybe George or Bill Clinton would be your hero. I love.
There's no stopping you, is there?
No, you seem to like Bill Clinton.
They really, and this man leads into our show on Friday night.
I know.
It's all right, his career's over after this anyway, who cares? Go ahead, Norm.
No, Bill Clinton, who's a great man, obviously. You know, everybody has their opinions, right?
Mm-hmm. Are you moving along?
No,
You're
Bill
going to get to the point.
Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Oh, Cosby.
Oh, God.
Cosby. What's in that coffee? What are you drinking in there?
Well, Bill Cosby is a great man, first of all. There has never been any accusations toward Bill Cosby about any...
Will you just tell us what you did with Bill Cosby?
Oh, I met him. I opened for him at a club, and he was a great man, you know. He's my hero of all time. You know how funny Bill Cosby is,
Yeah,
right?
so I'll get to the point. I'm going past menopause.
Make the point.
Let's go.
Not everything has a point.
We are learning that, okay?
All right, Norm, you want to finish the story, or shall I ask you the next thing?
Well, the Bill Cosby thing is this.
Dear God.
I met Bill Cosby. We're all fans of Bill Cosby, right, Barbara?
Yeah. What? Yes. Why don't we talk about the millionaire? Oh, yeah. You know what? Tonight, Norm and I... please. I like Bill Cosby. Let's talk about the millionaire. Norm MacDonald and I are on The Millionaire tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell him about that, how you thought he's dumb today. Where do you see him tonight? Tell him, Norm.
People always told me Hollywood was like incredibly liberal and biased, and I thought it was untrue. But
You want to talk about the millionaire?
Yes, I do.
You have 10 seconds to talk about the millionaire. Don't tell how much.
Don't tell him what I won?
No.
Oh.
You're not allowed to tell anything like that.
Well, what are you trying to ask him then?
I don't know.
Okay.
He doesn't answer anything anyway. Okay, so he's on The Millionaire tonight, and he's on Friday nights, and
on Monday his taxes will be audited.
So he's on Friday nights at 9. He's on The Millionaire at 9. You can play along at home on Enhanced TV. You are a number. I have never met anything like you. We will be right back.
Going out again, am I out of my mind? Going out with friends, gonna have a good time.
As funny as that last bit. Just so you know, Well, good evening, Mr. President, Mrs. First Lady, and the distinguished members of the Radio and Television Correspondents' Dinner, When I accepted the honor of performing here tonight, one thought crossed my mind, and that was, please, God, don't let me bomb in front of the President. But I'm not worried. What the hell do I care? You know, I worked on all my jokes. I got a lot of help from my joke writer, Don Imus. He was helped me a lot. Are you familiar? You know this guy? He's a funny guy. He wrote some jokes. Anyways, the dinner was great. You enjoyed the dinner? We had some salmon. Yeah, it was delicious. It was great, and I thought it was, I thought it was refreshing to see Democrats serve something other than subpoenas for a change. I thought that was nice, you know? I'll be doing some jokes later. I just thought I'd... And of course, it was very inspiring to see President Clinton up here on crutches making a speech. I mean, I thought that was just amazing, you know. I mean, it's been difficult for the president. You know, he can't jog now, and he needs help getting around, and he still occasionally suffers great pain, you know. On the upside, you got your medical marijuana, so that's, you know. You must inhale, sir. It's the only way you're going to get better. But it's odd. I mean, I think this is the first time that I can remember that we've had a president that is hobbled, you know, and it's tough on everybody. The Secret Service, it's not easy on the Secret Service. They have had to learn, you know, how to do this, and they've been specially trained on how to lift and carry President Clinton by top experts who've been doing this for a long time. Boris Yeltsin's Secret Service agents. They've stepped in to help, you know. But we got a lot of power here, a lot of juice. Mr. Rule Arledge is here, of course, the chairman of ABC News, you know, and a lot of crazy stories coming out of that division, you know. You know, stories about this person sleeping with that person and all that, you know. Scandal after scandal. And you heard the latest? I heard this just the other day. There's a rumor that last week, a certain, I don't want to say who it is, a certain gentleman in ABC News, he went to a party and he got really drunk and he ended up having sex with his own wife. I don't know how these rumors get started, but you know, it's probably just a vicious rumor, really, you know. But as Mr. Arledge knows, of course, TV has become a very tough game. You got to stay competitive, you know. As we all know, ABC's Good Morning America is in a little turmoil, you know, a little trouble, a little rating trouble. And they're considering a lot of ways now, you know, to boost the ratings. And I don't know, I think they're getting a little desperate. I heard that next week Charles Gibson will announce he's a lesbian. I mean, is that going to help anything? Nobody wants to hear that. I'm very nervous. I don't know why. Before I sip this coffee, actually, sir, how much is it? How much would a cup of coffee cost in a place like this? Nothing for you. Nothing? It's free? Okay, great. I didn't want to get, you know, I didn't want to see $90,000 on my bill later. I'm sorry. And of course, there are some important Washington figures who couldn't be here tonight. Vice President Al Gore is not here. Unfortunately, he broke down and they had to leave him in the shop overnight. But they say he'll be all right later. Something wrong with the voice box or something. I don't know what it was. House Speaker Newt Gingrich is not here. A little while back, of course, everybody knows that Newt pushed through a lot of budget cuts in the arts, particularly in PBS, you know, and the effects are being felt now. I can see it, even as a layman, you know, just watching. You know, the other day I watched that show, the Frugal Gourmet. It changed its name to the Cheap Bastard. I mean, it's crazy. And also today I took a visit to the White House. For any of you who haven't taken a visit to the White House, unbelievable. so, awe-inspiring, and, they were a lot of rich in history, so beautiful, Although I did notice a kind of an odd sign on the president's desk. It said, the yen stops here. Have you seen it? What the hell does that mean? The yen? I thought it was the buck stops here, I'd always heard. Of course, they say the White House was haunted. Did you know that? And I thought this was kind of sad. I heard last night that President Clinton charged Abraham Lincoln's ghost $10,000 to sleep in his own bed. So that doesn't seem right to me, I mean... But look, the president, has come under a lot of fire for raising money, but, he's good at raising money. That's not a bad thing. Every president's done it. It's just that President Clinton is very, very, very good at it. Do you know he has organized in the past year over 100 fundraising dinners and over 200 fundraising midnight snacks? Did you know that? Is he laughing? Is he... No, but Mr. President, seriously, I know you've had to work through a lot of distractions in doing the business of running this country, and I just want to say, that I implore you, stay focused and do the job, and try to remember, that Rome was not built in a day, I mean, just ask Strom Thurmond, he'll tell you. It was not built in a day. He's an old fella, folks. How would you not know that? I have to say, though, this is an incredible thing for me. I'm just a punk, and yet here I am, I can't believe I'm speaking in a room. I'm standing in a room here with the most powerful man in the country, Alan Greenspan, and it's a little amazing to me. It's a little, Of course, that's the big story in here in Washington is the recent marriage between NBC's Andrea Mitchell and Alan Greenspan, who is 71 years old. And this is sweet, I didn't know this. They wrote their own vows, She promised to love, honor, and speak into his good ear. So that was kind of sweet, The newlyweds are going to spend their honeymoon in Mexico, and I thought this was sweet. As a gift to his new bride, Alan Greenspan just devalued the peso so that that'll be nice. So anyway, a little bit more of my coffee. Anyways. It just occurred to me, Mr. President, you are now handicapped, and you're the President of the United States. You must have an unbelievable parking spot, That's... That's got to be very close to the building, But, you got to hand it to the president. His injury is not holding him back from doing the business of the nation. In fact, he just nominated Major General Claudia Kennedy as the Army's first female three-star general. And I think that's great. She's doing a great job. Apparently, the only thing she's having trouble with is she's having difficulty figuring out how to sexually harass herself. She doesn't know how to. What's that? Guy yells my name for no reason. I have another announcement to make. Is that what you're telling me? That I should make this announcement? You're right. You make a good point with your incoherent gibberish. Here it is. Here's my other announcement. The U.S. State Department, folks, has just issued a travel warning for all women moving past Dick Morris's table. So... I don't know. Well, that's about it for me. I just want to... How about this Heaven Gates called. This is what everybody's talking about. It's unbelievable. And it really is a sad story, and it's hard to comprehend. I mean, think about it. Who in their right mind would believe that you get into a spaceship behind a comet by castrating yourself and committing suicide? I mean, other than Pierre Salinger, who on earth would believe... I just saw him out in the lobby with a pair of sneakers, Nike sneakers, and a big purple shroud, going, where are they? Like, did I miss it? Well, that's it for me, folks. I just want to say, before I go, that it really has been a thrill for me. I joke around about the news, but you people, you do the real thing, and you serve as our watchdogs, and you tell the real stories that come out of this city. And I, for one, think you do a darn good job. And as a matter of fact, I have a message from someone who couldn't be here and wanted me to read it to you. This is from Senator Bob Dole. He wanted me to read this to you. Here it is. This is from Senator Bob Dole. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, to hell with all of you. You cost me the damn election. You can kiss my ass, every last one of you. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much.
Are you a happy person, like in general?
Am I what?
Are you a happy person? Because you always have a slight smile, but it's are you a sad person?
No, I mean, I think things are funny,
right.
So I laugh a lot.
But that doesn't necessarily translate into, like, happiness on a...
if I'm laughing, I'm happy, I guess.
Where do you live?
I live in Southern California.
Do you have a nice house?
No, I live in a very small apartment.
You have an apartment?
Yes.
Oh. I'm surprised that you don't have, like, a big, you're Norm MacDonald.
Well, I don't like things.
Oh.
I never have.
Really?
No, I've always felt very burdened down by them.
Do you have a pet?
The only thing I can't throw away is when my child gets me a present.
Yes.
So I have those things, but otherwise I just have a...
How old is your kid?
A bed. What?
I don't just have a bed.
Well, I have
you have a coffee pot.
No, I don't.
A teapot?
No. I don't have... I always eat...
A microwave?
I always eat at Joe's Diner that's near my apartment.
Is this all true, or are you making this up?
No,
you just can't tell because he's got that grin on his face.
No. So you bring a girl home or a friend over, and there's no place for what?
I don't have sex with girls or men.
Wait a minute, Norm MacDonald. Norm, you're a sexy dude.
Yeah, but I don't have...
And you never go out trolling.
I mean,
no
I have
girl.
had sex.
Well, I realize you're not a virgin. You've got a kid.
No.
When's the last time you had sex?
Probably 10 years ago.
Shut up.
Yeah, I have sex. I have sex like by masturbating.
Yes.
Yeah, but I find sex very repetitive and dull and kind of pointless.
Your kid. This is a bit.
No, it's not.
Norm MacDonald.
I had a lot of sex when I was a young man. When I was 19 or 20, I had a lot of sex, and it's just the same thing over and over.
Right. It feels really good. So start from the beginning and do it again. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Is it too much work dealing
eating
with
ice cream? Eating ice cream is really good too until you're tired of it.
And the next day you try a different flavor. There's thousands of flavors of ice cream.
But not of women.
Do you go to hookers ever?
No, I've never been to a prostitute.
This attitude you have could be said for anything, though.
I know.
For
anything.
anything.
You do
for
more than once.
anything.
Yeah, well, I don't do very much.
You just don't like people in general.
Yeah, you hate people.
Or you hate women.
Oh, no, I'm fascinated by people and by women. I'm just saying I don't need to,
But don't chicks throw themselves? I would think that after a show, you're hilarious. And
well,
some
to tell you
like,
the
listen,
truth,
I've always been fascinated.
To tell you the truth, I find sex to be a very filthy act.
Are you a germaphobe?
No, I don't mean filthy. I mean filthy in the sense of shameful.
Really? Were you raised Catholic?
No.
Oh.
He's doing a bit.
No, I'm not doing a bit.
I find it really hard to believe you haven't had sex in 10 years.
I think I think that sex is shameful and that people have sex knowing that it's shameful. And again, it's like death. They just live in this fool's paradise where they pretend it's not. I mean, obviously people don't have sex in public, so there must be some shame
Some
to
people do.
But it's...
Well, it's because you don't want to be caught in that compromise. You know, you're not exactly at your most attractive when you're having sex. There's all these
there's social norms. You don't go
So it's a
to the
shame.
bathroom in public either, but
Exactly.
I'm not ashamed of that.
Exactly. What?
I'm not ashamed of going to the bathroom. It's part of taking in to stay alive. You have to evacuate. I'm not ashamed of that. That just comes with the territory.
Of course, and you have to ejaculate too. But I evacuate and ejaculate in private. I don't do it. I don't evacuate in front of another person.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So you're not ashamed of it. You do it in order to...
I am ashamed.
But he is ashamed of it.
That's why
what
I do
he's
it
saying.
alone. Do you evacuate in front of people?
No, but I'm saying
Why
I'm
do you
not
eject?
ashamed.
It's
just not polite. It's not
because
a social...
It's something that you share with somebody else. I mean, are you? Is it a fear of intimacy? Do you not let anybody too close?
No, I'm not afraid for them.
Who's your
I'm
best
not worried
friend?
about them.
Who is your best friend?
My best friend?
Your best friend. Who do you call if you have a problem or something is going down in your life? Who do you call?
I don't. I try to look at life headlong. I feel,
Are you telling me you don't have a confidant in your life that you call up and say, I'm not feeling too hot. Someone to talk crap out with? Or
no, I don't. I used to do that kind of stuff, but
what happened?
I came to the realization that we're all plunging headlong into
Somebody
death.
hurt you. Who cares? So that's why you should live. You only have so long,
to
and then you're
me,
going to croak.
If you're plunging down an abyss into headlong into death, the idea of grabbing onto another human being just to touch them for a moment on your way seems futile to me. It seems more pathetic than facing it. Just to me, personally. I don't condemn people for doing it, but I like looking, I try to look at life square in the eye, as terrifying as it is, and it is the most terrifying thing there is.
What, being alive?
Yeah.
But
because
it's
being
not.
alive means dying.
But Norm, that is such a fatalistic way to look at it. There's so much in life that you are denying yourself, and I think that you think you have reasons for it. But if you don't have someone that you can, do you ever cry? Do you cry all by yourself?
Of course I
There's
cry.
no one that you can call. You need a therapist.
Oh no.
You need to be in therapy. I think somebody broke you.
No,
somebody
no.
either hurt you or broke your heart, or you were betrayed by a friend. You don't trust people. You won't let anybody get close to you. You hide it all behind
one
the
did anything to me.
smiling clown.
No one did anything to me. I was just
The smiling, somewhat mean-spirited clown.
no one did anything to me. Alone.
You weren't broken when you were
live
born.
alone, and I'll die alone, just like my father did. And
He didn't. He had kids. At one point, he was married. He
but
he
he
opened
died
himself
alone.
up for it.
Though.
Why did he die alone?
Because
He chose,
everyone
are you kind of
dies
bummed?
alone.
Where did
I mean,
he die?
all you can hope for is someone watching you die, but I don't really.
Well, you won't
want that.
have that because you don't have any friends.
No, I don't want to see. I don't want someone to watch me die.
You just said you want your mother to miss her bridge game and come and put her hand on yours.
Well, that's when I'm in a vegetative state in order to stay alive. You know what I mean? Anything to stay alive.
You know, I was confused by you last time you were on here. I was like, what are his motivations?
Well, wouldn't you
Was
like
he-
to stay alive? Wouldn't you like to live forever?
Not really.
Well, you're only saying that because it's impossible.
Because I know it's impossible. However, I'll tell you something. If a vampire came along right now and could give me immortality, I would totally go for it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially with those superhuman strengths that they have. Listen,
Plus, they're sexy.
I'm taking some calls for you.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Okay.
Chunky, you're on the air with Norm MacDonald, who's at Cobb's all weekend. Go ahead.
Hey, Norm, listen, man, I don't know when you went Colonel Kurtz and went up the river, but you totally remind me of Marlon Brando when he's in Apocalypse Now. The horror. I will come and watch you die, Norm. No problem.
Oh,
at
that's
all,
so
buddy.
sweet, Chunky.
And
Thank
I
you.
just
Chunky
wanna
needs
say-
friends, too.
I want to say you've made me feel dirty, and I'm all right with that.
Norm, let me ask you something. Seriously, what do you do for fun? Like, name one thing you do for fun.
For fun?
For fun. Like, I'm going to have some fun tonight
I've got
or
nothing
today.
to do today. Here's what I'm going to do.
Is it spend money? It's not go
Golf.
shopping. You don't decorate the place. What do you do?
I guess the only thing I do is I like to read sometimes.
You're lying.
I do. That's what I mean. That makes me.
Do you
feel
play video games? Do you play cards? Do you
Solitaire?
I read a lot of Mark Twain.
There's only so much Mark Twain, and
not
you're
much actually.
Yeah.
I'm reading letters from Hawaii now, something I've never read before. But I read like stuff that I read a lot of literature. And
Do you go to movies?
I reread it a lot. No.
You don't go to movies.
But I did see a movie. I saw Gran Torino.
And?
Yeah, that's a good movie.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Did you go alone?
Yeah.
Of course you did. Tim, you're on.
I'm running to the pharmacy right now to fill my antidepressant prescription right now.
No doubt.
Oh, the problem with antidepressants is then you don't face life. I mean, why not just do
You're not facing. I have a news flash for you. You're not facing life. You're not living your life. You're waiting it out. You are waiting it out, Norm. Norm, you have everything. From the outside, you're hilarious. You are a good-looking guy. You're famous. You have beautiful blue eyes. You're Norm MacDonald. And you're shattering my image of you. Like you could be a player. Like you could have whatever you want, and clearly you want nothing, and you just want to be depressed. You're depressed.
No, I'm not depressed
at all. Someone.
I'm in no ways depressed. But having nothing and having something are exactly the same thing.
What are you reading, Carlos Castaneda?
I don't know who that is.
Those are some books you should read.
Okay. But all I'm saying is, since eternity, since life is, if you know mathematics, a fraction of infinity is zero, no matter what the fraction is. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You could live 100 years, 1,000 years, 1 billion years. It's all zero if it's on a continuum of eternity. So it doesn't matter what you do or what you don't do.
So why don't you go crazy? Why don't you go effing crazy?
I don't go crazy.
Sounds like you
I
have.
don't go crazy because I don't allow myself the
any fun or joy in your life. I forgot about that
I don't allow
part.
myself the delusions that other people allow themselves. So I know you have to go crazy in some way to survive life, but I try to not do that.
Steve, you're on the air with allegedly not crazy Norm MacDonald.
Full of it. Norm, you're still full of it.
Full of it?
Uh-huh.
I can't believe you guys are going along with this. I mean...
So you don't believe it. You think he's been laid in the last 10 years, and he's got a very full, happy life, and he's just showing us this, like, pretend Norm MacDonald.
He's seeing how long he can drag you guys along with this, and you guys are just going along with it.
No, we're
You know
not.
what? This is it.
Yeah.
That is it.
I've been saying it's a bit all along. Aren't you listening?
Well, either way, it's the same.
Oh, my God.
It happens to be true, but it doesn't really matter if it's believed or not.
So you're telling me some little honey comes up to you at the show, and she's like, and she's nice, and she also reads.
I'm not interested in sex.
She loves Mark Twain, and
I
she's
think a
like,
lot of
let's go.
people-
And she's not even offering sex. She's not even offering sex.
I mean, a lot of women aren't interested in sex.
She's all, hey, let's, it's late. You want to go have a cup of coffee? I would love to talk to you about that book you mentioned on stage. You know, Mark Twain's my favorite, too.
I think I would talk to some people, but I'm not much interested in small talk.
So let me ask you this about women, though. So you don't even have physical attraction before you get to the point of talking yourself out of it? There's never a moment where you're like, wow, she's really pretty.
Oh,
like,
no,
I think
I'd
she's
love to
hot.
Tap that.
No, I'm not. I think I can see that she's pretty and stuff like that, but I'm far beyond. I'm not a child. I'm not a child.
When you're
you know
home
what I mean?
alone.
If I look at a game of Monopoly, I don't go, I gotta play that. If I look at a shiny bead, I don't go, I have to have that and roll it around in my fingers. You know, when as the scriptures say, when you're a boy, you do boys things, and when you're a man, you.
Men still do it. I don't know if you're.
Well, I know they act like boys, but.
Why is that boyish? That's human. Humans
No, it's
have
child. It's being a child for your whole life. I know most people are children for their whole life, and it's a way of having fun.
So you think you're more evolved?
No, it's just I don't think I'm more evolved. I just think that I'm not a
just Norm
child.
MacDonald.
I'm not a child.
that. When you're home.
I'm not the same as I am when I was 5 years old.
When you're home in your squalid, empty apartment, all by yourself, And
It's not squalid. it's
whatever you say,
ascetic.
there's nothing in it.
Squalid means filthy. It's ascetic.
All right, it's empty in your tiny, empty, lightless apartment, lightless and lifeless. So you're in there. You're all alone. No pets, right?
No.
You got nothing.
No.
You go home to the empty apartment and the spider that lives in the corner and its descendants, and you're on the couch, and you're like, you know what? I got nothing else to do, and so I think I'll get myself. What do you think about when you close your eyes? What do you fantasize about? There must be something going on there.
I don't fantasize.
You don't picture some boobs. You don't.
Oh, you mean when
I'm saying what you must have
You
some
mean when I
fantasy.
masturbate?
When you get yourself. Please don't say that because it's. We're not a news show. We can't even use medical terms.
That's
Yes.
what she means.
When you're abusing yourself. Do you drink?
No, I don't drink.
You don't drink or smoke?
No.
Smoke pot?
No, I don't.
Are you on Vicodin?
No. I want to face life foursquare.
Wait, go back to the question.
Okay, so you close your eyes, you're on the couch. You're like, well, I guess it's time. I got nothing else to do. I mean, do you purposely not masturbate? I mean, fantasize? Do you purposely not fantasize so it'll take longer and eat up more of this life that you know is going away soon?
I try to not fantasize. Yeah, you're exactly right. I try not to fantasize because I think that's madness.
What?
Well, pretending that you're doing something.
Don't
that
even
you're
pretend,
not.
just picture.
But I mean, that's pretending.
So you don't need any inspiration, and you don't care how long it takes.
No, I don't need inspiration like the evacuation thing. You don't need inspiration for that. It's just a bodily function.
It's been a while, and I still like the way you look at me.
With Norm MacDonald, who's at Cobb's all weekend long.
Hi, Norm. My husband and I really wanted to see you, but I have to tell you, you kind of made us uncomfortable when we saw you in Honolulu. We thought, oh, maybe it's not a good idea. He doesn't like us already.
Tell the story.
Oh.
Tell the story, Brenda.
Wait, so you're in Hawaii and you run into Norm MacDonald?
No, it was more of a pass-by, and it was pretty clear via eye contact that he was like, please don't talk to me. Please don't even pretend like you recognize me at all. Just let me pass on by with my folks and call it a day. So everything that he's telling you, this morning.
I apologize for that.
No, don't apologize. But let me tell them that
I don't usually ever do that.
you don't usually. Well, I mean, it was a layover.
Did you say hello to me or something?
What was that?
Did you say hello or?
I tried to. We smiled at you and everything, and you were coming our direction, and we were going the other way, and you're really shifty-eyed. We made eye contact for quite some time.
Oh.
And my husband was nudging me, and he's like, Norm MacDonald. I'm like, I know. And you know, we didn't want to bother you or anything because we're at the airport. We're in Honolulu. We figured you're on
He's
vacation.
at the airport. I mean, he could have been.
No, I apologize.
There was no one else around, though. It was outdoors, and he was with his folks, and it was just his family and my family. And we really wanted to just say, we love your work, and that's it. But, I mean, just that he made eye contact with us, and he was really shifty-eyed about it, we could tell we're like, okay, he really doesn't want to be bothered right now.
Shifty-eyed almost implies that he's got something to hide.
Yeah,
But
that just might be
he's
his
just a
way.
little bit of an uncomfortable guy. Like
No. People come up to me all the time, and I talk to them endlessly.
Do you really? I wanted to chase after you, but then I didn't want to seem like a crazy fan or anything. We just wanted to shake your hand and say, you know, that we've enjoyed your work over the years. And but at the same time, we wanted to respect your space. And I thought maybe I could confirm that there might be some truth to everything you're saying today, even if it is a bit.
All right, thank you, Brenda.
Hey, Brenda. Oh, well, whatever. So you go to Hawaii, though?
Pardon me?
You went to Hawaii?
Yes.
Recently?
Well, that's fun.
I go to Hawaii every Thanksgiving.
Why?
Because I take my whole extended family there.
For them?
Yeah. I don't.
And they count on you for that. Do you pay for you foot the bill because you're Norm MacDonald?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
You do.
But you find zero pleasure in that, I'm sure.
Oh, no, he must like it. That's family
great
time.
pleasure in my son being happy.
Ah.
Yeah. How old is your son?
He's what, 10, 15?
You liar! He's 6. He's a 6-year-old. You just about you've had sex in the last 10 years.
No, my son's 16 years old. He's 6. No, he's 16 years old.
He's 16. Yeah. So is he a confidant? Do you call him and, do you ever share personal, trials and tribulations and triumphs?
I would never do that to a child.
He's 16.
Well, I mean,
as you have said, he can't be a child forever. When are you going to put the hard realities of life on him?
Well, that's an interesting question. That is an interesting question because I actually have love for my son.
Yes.
Like deep,
of course,
deep love.
He's your son,
and so I don't want to damage him with
the way you were damaged.
With the harsh realities.
I was damaged. Oh no, I had a great.
No,
but I don't want to damage him with any viewpoints I may have because he's not ready yet for reality. I think children aren't ready for reality for a while, but I do tell them that education is pointless and things like that.
What does his mother say?
She thinks that he should go to college and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should.
And you're
Not
like,
everyone can grow up and be a comedian.
Yeah, I'm saying it's just arbitrary nonsense. I tell him even the classes he takes now, it's just ridiculous. That algebra has no meaning and none
unless
of this
he becomes an engineer.
Well, unless he becomes.
Do you have no hope for this child?
Unless he becomes a math professor. But I mean, you think it's a coincidence that they have 6 subjects out of 10 billion that they teach in school?
And then you pick one of the 10 billion to focus on.
No, you have to.
You
they
need
don't
basic
teach you
math.
10 billion.
You need basic language. It's lovely when the school has art or music, which none of them do anymore. A little PE to keep us from getting fat. I mean, come on.
Yeah. No, they have
little science, some of the basic science stuff. Sure they do. Of course they do.
No, I tell him if he wants to go to college, he should have a goal, to be.
He can't. He's 16. No kid at 16 has a goal. Their goal is to be a rock star.
Or have sex.
Well,
right. I mean, that's actually the goal.
Does he want to have sex? Or did you tell him, don't bother with that? There's nothing for you in that. It's just repetitive. It's over and over. Same thing.
Discuss something like that with him. I hold him in too high esteem to discuss it.
We're super short on time. I've already missed my traffic thing. I'm fascinated. I don't know whether to slap you or hug you. Like, seriously, I feel like someone needs to shake you and knock some sense into you. We are going to take a short break.
Or maybe you.
What?
Maybe you.
Knock sense into me? No, I'm doing fine. I'm good over here.
Oh, me too.
No, you're not. I'm telling you. I know from broken people. Norm MacDonald.
Processed the information that Rolling Stone had Norm MacDonald ranked 135 out of 144 all-time SNL cast members. Hey, Rolling Stone, you're irrelevant. That's a garbage call.
It's funny when Rolling Stone comes out and says, "Oh, Norm MacDonald, number 147." When did you start smoking?
Oh, no, I just do this to relax.
To look cool?
I apologize.
Okay.
I quit smoking.
No, but seriously, when Rolling Stone comes out with a list of who was the funniest.
Yeah.
Like, they put you like that. I mean, you were one of the best guys on Saturday Night Live.
That was a very funny thing, because when I went to the 40th anniversary, I went to the
party.
My friend had the magazine, the Rolling Stone, and he's like, they listed all the guys. And then I go, as long as a joke, I said, as long as I'm trying to pick the person that's, been the least known person ever. So there was a British girl once that was on the show for literally 3 episodes. I go, at least, I just hope I beat Morweena Banks. No.
You didn't beat her.
So I go, wait, and then now I'm in shock, So then I remember when the show first started, they had a fellow named George Coe who would play the old guy.
Yeah.
Because they figured they needed an old guy. I go, well, as long as I beat George Coe. No.
Anthony Michael Hall. You didn't beat. Like, I mean, he would probably admit he was not good on that.
I didn't beat 3 people that never appeared on the show. Laurie Metcalf.
Oh, my goodness.
Who has never appeared on the show.
Who did you beat? You beat like 3 people.
Well, I don't want to say who I beat.
Why do you think that happened?
Because how big an insult would that be?
Right. Were you offended by that, or you really don't care?
No, I didn't get it. But, you know, it's just one guy. This is what I learned. I didn't realize this, but I just learned this because my nephew does it. He, as a way to make a living, he just lives with his father in his basement. He makes lists on the internet. Everything about the internet is hits. How many hits can you make?
That's right.
So, you know, when they say, like, you won't believe what these beautiful stars look like now that they're old bags, and then you hit them, you know,
and
you
list.
see a list of a bunch of old bags. And so you end up hitting like 50, 60 ones. So my nephew,
right?
For some reason, because it's on the internet, you think it has some authority, but no, it's my nephew in his basement.
I know, but you have
and
the right attitude.
The best one he did is 10 celebrities that went black but did come back.
That's a good list. Who's on that list? But I mean, it is.
Billy Bob was on it.
It's true. Don't we tend to see these things like Rolling Stones, and then we take them as gospel?
Sure.
Like if that makes you feel better, there's something wrong with you. Because it's some asshole sitting there deciding that you were not the funniest guy. And yet, the brilliance of Norm Macdonald was doing the news. That's a fucking hard gig to pull off. And also the Jeopardy sketch and Larry King. Those alone put you at least
in
the top 20.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, it is finally official. Murder is legal in the state of California. A down-and-out O.J. Simpson, depressed that all of his money-making ideas have failed, has decided to go back to doing what he does best, killing people. A new book claims that Madonna once smeared peanut butter all over John F. Kennedy Jr.'s body and then licked it off, which just goes to show you Madonna's a whore. And finally, Weekend Update would like to congratulate Madonna, who gave birth to a beautiful baby girl last Monday. The baby weighed in at 6 pounds, 9 ounces, making it the 4th largest object ever to pass through Madonna's birth canal. This week, in a secret ceremony in Australia, Michael Jackson was married for the 2nd time. Asked what makes his new bride special, the King of Pop said, quote, "She has taught me about the power of imagination, like imagining that a grown woman is a 10-year-old boy." You know he's a homosexual pedophile, right? You understand? Sources report that Michael Jackson's baby is due February 27th, and it's going to be named Michael Jackson Jr. Michael plans to be with the mother during the delivery, in his words, to make up for not being there for the Sources report that Michael Jackson's baby is due February 27th. It's conception. The last word was conception, so. Last week at a dramatic press conference about the crash of TWA Flight 800, ABC News correspondent Pierre Salinger displayed a document which he believes is proof that the jet was shot down by a U.S. Navy missile. Later, he proudly showed reporters his solid gold Rolex that he bought on the street for just $15. That's one ugly bastard, isn't it? This week, renowned heart surgeon Michael DeBakey attacked the hypocrisy of Hollywood stars who oppose the use of animals in medical research and yet wear ribbons supporting the war on deadly diseases like AIDS. In response, animal activist Ricky Lake said, quote, "But the red ribbon diverts attention from my gigantic ass." If it wasn't for the red ribbon, people would notice my gigantic ass more. By wearing the red ribbon, less people... This week, in arguments before the Supreme Court, lawyers for President Clinton asked that the sexual harassment suit brought by Paula Jones be delayed until he leaves office. According to Clinton's attorney, quote, "If the president were hauled into court every time some nut accused him of sexual harassment, he'd have no time to scare up tail." You like scaring up the tail. Okay. Veteran news anchorman David Brinkley apologized to Bill Clinton for an election night commentary in which he called the president, quote, boring and uncreative. Admitted Brinkley, there was certainly nothing uncreative about the way you moved Vince Foster's body. The president's a murderer. You didn't know that? Safer drivers, men or women? Well, according to a new survey, 55% of adults feel that women are most responsible for minor fender benders, while 78% blame men for most fatal crashes. Please note that the percentage in these pie graphs do not add up to 100% because the math was done by a woman. For those of you hissing at that joke, it should be noted that that joke was written by a woman. So now you don't know what the hell to do. No, I'm just kidding. We don't hire women. People here asked me to do the show, you know. I gotta say, I felt kind of weird, you know. I don't know if you remember this, but I used to actually be on this show, you know. I used to do the weekend update news routine, you remember that? And, yeah. That's where I did the make-believe news jokes, you know. That was me, right? So then, a year and a half ago, right, I had a sort of a disagreement with the management at the NBC. I wanted to keep my job, right? And they felt the exact opposite. So you see, they fired me because they said that I wasn't funny, you know? Now, with most jobs, I could have had a hell of a lawsuit on my hands for that, but see, this is a comedy show. So they got me, you know what? But now, this is the weird part, right? It's only a year and a half later, and now they asked me to host the show. So I wondered, I go, hey, wait a second here. Hey! I go, how did I go in a year and a half from being not funny enough to be even allowed in the building to being so funny that I'm now hosting the show? How did I suddenly get so goddamn funny? It was inexplicable to me, because a year and a half, let's face it, is not enough time for a dude to learn how to be funny. Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So, yeah, I'm funny compared to, you know, well, you'll see later. Okay, so let's recap. The bad news is I'm still not funny. The good news is the show blows. All right, folks, we got a bad show for you tonight. Dr. Dre, Snoop Doggy Dogg, and Eminem are here. We'll be right back.
Oh, here's a good one.
Yeah, well, the joke was a bit wordy.
Do you have any other color jokes? I mean, these just blue and yellow.
Did you just say, do we have any other colored jokes?
I knew you were going to say that.
Fucking Jimmy the Greek over here. I don't want to...
Jimmy the Greek.
How about Jimmy the Greek gets kicked out for being a racist? Meanwhile, they call him the Greek. On TV. Mr. Musburger.
Yes, sir.
People that you've worked with, and if you're in Now listen, you were on TV for years with a guy called Jimmy the Greek.
Jimmy the Greek.
And which I always found odd that he was thrown out for racism. Everybody called him the Greek. But here you had a bookmaker on the program.
I did.
Which I found fascinating. But were there a lot of guys in sportscasting that developed gambling problems? Or not problems?
No,
fun.
you mean, yeah, exactly.
By the way, he's got another Greek bookmaker sitting right next to him.
There we go. I was about to say, I've got Chris
He has not changed a bit in that regard. So.
You know, Norm, it was fascinating because I'm going to be perfectly honest. I knew next to nothing. I mean, I knew you could bet on games and on point spreads, and Bob Martin was a legendary. But the Greek would always take me over to the Barbary Coast, and Michael Gunn, who owns the South Point, he was operating the Barbary over there. And Jimmy
Good
Vaccaro,
steak. Good steak.
Best.
Yeah.
You know, he moved Michael's from Barbary right down here to the the South Point, as you know. So I said to the Greek, Greek, well, you like going over to the Barbary? I call him the Greek. Hey, Greek. It's unbelievable. He's sitting around. Greek, come on, let's go out here for have dinner.
Greek, you have to go. You're racist.
I never really thought
the most racist
when you
Greek
think about
there
it.
is.
When you think about it, he's absolutely. What do you like going to the Barbary Coast for? Hey, parlay cards. Ties win. that was why the Greek would go to the Barbary Coast, because you were the only guys that has ties win.
That's a big thing.
He knew value. Yeah.
He knew value.
That's a lot of EV on the ties win.
Yeah, we still run that ties win card, and I got to make it every week, and I got to tell you, I hate that thing.
They do not. They don't
Mr. Greek doesn't like it.
No.
I remember they lost money for a while on those 10-point 3-team parlays. I don't know if they do those anymore.
We don't do those anymore. We got wised up on that.
You say I don't listen. I tell you I try. And we both got our own problems. But
A reporter from WRC-TV was asking questions about Martin Luther King's birthday and the progress blacks have made in society. There, CBS sports commentator Jimmy the Greek Snyder gave his impressions of blacks in coaching in the National Football League. His answers could raise as much controversy as the statements by former Dodgers executive Al Campanis last April on ABC's Nightline news program.
Yeah, pretty soon they're going to have to equalize it for the blacks, for the Greeks, the Jews, and for everybody. I mean, let's make it equal for everybody, you know.
And is it equal? What about in sports?
Well, they've got everything. If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to, there's not going to be anything left for the white people. I mean, all the players are black. I mean, the only thing that the whites control is the coaching jobs. Now, I'm not being derogatory about it, but that's all that's left for them. The black talent is beautiful. It's great. It's out there. So the only thing left for the whites is a couple coaching jobs.
Yeah, maybe we need to get more black coaches, don't you?
Oh, it's all right with me. Okay, well, I'm sure that they'll take over that pretty soon, too.
Okay, I'm going to try this.
Do you like hot sauce?
Oh, I hate it. But, you know, you got to try new things in life.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you're right. Whoa! Son of a gun, that's hotter than a $2 pistol. Man alive.
Well, welcome to Phoenix. How long have you been in town?
I got in yesterday and I burned myself all over.
We said, what were you doing?
I know, it's hotter than a $2 pistol in this town.
See your little peeling a little bit on the nose?
Yeah.
So you don't come here often in the summer, is that what you're saying?
No.
Yeah, it's a good plan not to come in the summer.
And
it's nice every other
People leave
month.
in the summer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They scurry out.
Spent a lot of time in Southern California, San Diego.
Yeah. Are you drunk? Because all you did was ride a cooler and you're sweating.
I am. Well, it's hot it's hotter than a $2 pistol.
Well, he's got like
in here.
12 layers on.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be really cold.
Well, you're from Canada. This should be springtime for you.
No, I know I'm from Canada, but you know I'm still a human being. Like it's not like we evolved differently. I'm from the frozen north.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets colder than a. It gets colder than a.
Here it comes. Get your finger on the panic button.
No, it gets colder than a vampire's demeanor.
Okay, that's better. Wow. Surprisingly cerebral.
why you going high? Push me to the side. This
But you said this is the coldest you've ever been. You're Canadian, so are you okay with this?
I've been colder than this. I've been colder than a vampire's.
Go on.
That's like
We're
an 8
waiting.
a.m. joke.
Yeah, we can do it at 7:19. The stage is yours.
The artist formerly known as Prince says he now wants to be known as simply the artist. Meanwhile, I will continue to refer to him as simply the fruit. In other music news, several major acts are on tour this month, including the Counting Crows, Metallica, and the Fruit.
Let me ask you here, and I saw this, and you were never funnier when you hosted the show here recently, last couple of months. Oh, yeah, you were very, very funny. As you said at the time, if I wasn't funny then, how could I be funny now? Right, and then you went on to demonstrate. In any event...
I want to take a look at the moment when, after you'd gotten, you lost your job at Saturday Night Live, they then invited you back on to host, 18 months later, right?
Yeah, it was odd.
Yeah, and you were kind of musing on stage in your introduction about what had happened, since you obviously weren't funny enough to be on the show, but now you're suddenly funny enough to host the show, and this was your explanation.
I was ruminating.
You were ruminating. Let's take a look at your explanation.
Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So yeah, I'm funny compared to, well, you'll see later. But okay, so let's recap. The bad news is I'm still not funny. The good news is the show blows.
I remember when I was doing that, and you can hear it if you listen to it, but the writers booed during that, After not writing anything for the entire show, they booed.
It's ballsy. It's a ballsy thing to do. I assume you wrote that. Did you run it by, you must run it by, you must do the dress rehearsal and run it by the producers and the writers.
I was going to do a thing that I thought would be really cool, and I was talked out of it. But I was going to do the monologue and then leave and let them do the rest of the show by themselves, which I thought would be good for the show, because it would be, they'd have to get together, band together, and, work around the fact that the host wasn't there and stuff like that.
This was, of course, in a period when Letterman had he still hadn't gotten over the fact that he'd been fired by NBC, and hadn't gotten the Tonight Show right. And you went on Letterman, and I still remember seeing this. He was just fired up with anger and fury on your behalf at the pinheads at NBC. What did that mean to have Letterman at your back?
Oh, Letterman was so kind to me. Yeah, one thing about being fired was, a lot of cool guys I really loved, mostly Letterman, He was my favorite guy ever. But Letterman and Stern and Gary Shanley and all these, Chevy and all these guys, jumped to my defense, which was really nice. But especially David Letterman, because he was the reason I got into stand-up, and he's the reason that I love comedy so much.
I was asking you about the driving thing, because Norm doesn't drive. We learned that last time. And then I was listening to the Howard Stern show the other day, and I heard Artie Lang telling another story about Norm, which I thought was really funny and worth telling here. Again, I heard this on Howard's Sirius radio show. Artie was saying about how, I didn't know that you got fired from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I thought it was just cast member decided, I'm going to go do other things.
No, I got fired.
You got fired because they said, what? It was they say, you say that they told you weren't funny enough.
Yeah.
And then the show really started to suck, right? And this is when SNL went through its most unfunny period. And then they asked Norm to come back to host.
That's right, they did. Yeah.
So he's like, wait a minute, I'm not funny enough to be on the cast, but I'm funny enough to come host. So there was a couple ideas, one of which was Norm was going to come in, do the opening monologue,
Oh, Artie said that? Said that?
Yeah, he's telling the story.
Oh, that was I had an idea. I think I know what you're... Yeah.
And the idea was to go out and do the opening monologue, because you know how now the host is like in every... It didn't start that way, but now like whoever hosts in the show, he's in like every single sketch.
Artie said this on the air?
Yeah. So I guess the one of the thoughts, and he said that you obviously ended up not going through with it, and you thought about it for a minute.
Did it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was like,
it would have been the coolest.
That would have been the greatest thing.
Yeah.
He was going to do the opening monologue, get in the elevator, and then leave, because it's a live show, but he was just going to bail. Because his character is going to be like in all the sketches, which is not...
I thought it would be actually good for the show, because it would make the show exciting after I left. They'd all be scrambling and figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
see, I didn't know that they fired you.
Yeah.
I wept a little for you, because
I already tell every story I ever tell.
Well,
you know how many comics out there don't give a fuck, but kind of still do? You have to kind of still do to eat. That guy
Norm
truly
doesn't. He's so fucking funny.
One of my best opening monologue jokes ever. Did you ever see? Remember that whole thing when he was doing Weekend Update and they told him to make it funnier. So he did, and he just was more Norm the next week. So eventually, of course, he gets fired. So then he goes off into the Hollywood world. He's got a TV show or a hit movie or some shit. So now they bring him back to guest host on SNL. And I'm going to butcher this, but he kind of came out. He's like, people know I got fired from this show. So now they got me back hosting, which means either I got a lot funnier or this show sucks. That's what he opened up with. And I know that wasn't approved. Sorry for the bad Norm. I'll have Jay Moore on to make up for it.
That was a great Norm.
And come to think of it, I got addicted to you. Oh, no, no, no. And come to think of it, I need somebody like you. Oh, no, no, no. I need someone like you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Norm MacDonald.
You're very kind. You know, in the, what's that? Oh, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That is my name. You know, when the people here asked me to do the show, I gotta say, I felt kind of weird, I don't know if you remember this, but I used to actually be on this show, I used to do the Weekend Update news routine. You remember that? And, that's where I did the make-believe news jokes, That was me, right? So then, a year and a half ago, right, I had a sort of a disagreement with the management at the NBC. I wanted to keep my job, right? And they felt the exact opposite. So you see, they fired me because they said that I wasn't funny, Now, with most jobs, I could have had a hell of a lawsuit on my hands for that, but see, this is a comedy show. So they got me, you don't want. But now, this is the weird part, right? It's only a year and a half later, and now they asked me to host the show. So I wondered, I go, hey, wait a second here. Hey! I go, how did I go in a year and a half from being not funny enough to be even allowed in the building to being so funny that I'm now hosting the show? How did I suddenly get so damn funny? It was inexplicable to me, because a year and a half, let's face it, is not enough time for a dude to learn how to be funny. Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So, yeah, I'm funny compared to, well, you'll see later. But... Okay, so let's recap. The bad news is, I'm still not funny. The good news is, the show blows. All right, folks, we got a bad show for you tonight. Dr. Dre, Snoop Doggy Dogg, and Eminem are here. We'll be right back.
Well, guys, it is a bittersweet night for us tonight.
Yeah, on September 14th, our friend Norm MacDonald passed away.
That's right. Norm is the reason that I ever wanted to do Weekend Update, and so tonight we thought we'd turn the last few jokes of Update over to Norm.
Thanks, I'm Norm MacDonald, and now the fake news. At the White House this week, President Clinton officially came out against same-sex marriages. What's more, the president said he is not too crazy about opposite-sex marriages either. Here we see the president and the first bitch. A new airport planned for San Diego would actually be located 3 miles out in the Pacific Ocean, built on 40 by 20-foot floating cylinders. It's all part of a plan by city officials to have a huge disaster. The Federal Aviation Administration has come up with a list of 30 changes to make air travel safer. Number 1 on the list, no more crashes. They've decided to... A Frenchman who calls himself the Snake Man was arrested this week after climbing up the side of a Manhattan high-rise. Yep, he climbed right up the side of a high-rise. Just like a snake. Well, it is finally official. Murder is legal in the state of California. In a brilliant move during closing arguments, Simpson attorney Johnny Cochran put on the knit cap prosecutors say O.J. wore the night he committed the murders. Although O.J. may have hurt his case when he suddenly blurted out, "Hey, easy with that. That's my lucky stabbing hat." And it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So, yeah, I'm funny compared to, well, you'll see later. But... Well, the Super Bowl is still a week away, but already the 49ers are leading 31-0. Well, the Super Bowl might be over, but the San Francisco 49ers just keep piling it on. They now lead the Chargers 83-40 to 27. So they've comfortably covered the spread. And in football news, man, this is getting ridiculous. The 49ers now beat the Chargers 1,000,655 something to 27. All right. Not good with those long numbers.
Super Bowl Sunday, and I've flown across the country to watch the game with Norm MacDonald.
I heard everyone hates that Ben Affleck is Batman.
Yeah, but they haven't seen the movie yet.
What's the movie?
Batman.
Come and sit. The football game is about to begin.
I show up during the pregame. Some celebrities crave attention or surround themselves with handlers. Not Norm. He's just a guy in an easy chair chomping down tomato sandwiches as fast as his mom can pump them out.
Do you want to sit down with us or no?
And of course, congratulations to the Denver Broncos for winning the Super Bowl. How about that? Denver did great, you know. There he is. I love the Denver fans, you know, because for one thing, they don't wear food on their heads. That's nice. And they had a wild celebration in Denver after that Super Bowl, man. And now city officials expect an even wilder celebration if the Nuggets win 10 games this year. They say they're going to... say the whole city's going to go nuts. Yeah, the Nuggets are having a bad year this year, man. Matter of fact, they're making a film about the team. They got a pretty catchy title. It's Black Men Can't Jump Either.
9 a.m., busy Friday morning for you, and we're all talking Super Bowl. Everybody's got an opinion on the game, including Charlie the Tortoise. Yeah, Brad from Petropolis joined us this morning, and we're going to see who he picks to win the Super Bowl. It could be the Saints, could be the Colts.
Yeah, hopefully he moves and goes to one.
All right.
He was picking them earlier.
Listen, man, have you guys seen any giant tortoises?
It's Norm MacDonald.
I actually found one.
Norm MacDonald. Yeah, we got one right here, as a matter of fact.
Oh, because I was in town.
Yeah, and you were looking...
Specifically to see it, and I went to the tortoise stores, but they were all regular-sized tortoises. I said, I don't want one of these, man. I didn't come here for that.
You wanted a big one.
A giant tortoise.
Well, is this one big enough?
Where?
Right here, right on
what
the... Yeah, there it is. Is that one?
Good Lord.
Now, this is not just your normal giant tortoise. He's going to pick a winner for the Super Bowl.
Actually, most giant tortoises can do that. That's what they're known as.
Absolutely.
They're known for a couple of things. They're herbivores. And they're very good handicappers.
Well, let's see how this one does. This is Charlie from Petropolis.
Yes.
Brad, what's the procedure?
Okay, earlier this week I did it, and we put it on YouTube, and he just walked to one of them. I'm going to try to get him to move a little bit more, and I know Tim wants the Saints, but he picked the Colts earlier.
Apple, buddy, Apple. Go Apple.
Here's Charlie.
Now, is this cheating, you think, that I moved the Saints closer and put an apple on it? Is that cheating on
The
normal?
food is all decoration.
Yeah, it's all...
This is a natural animal. This is its instinct. Its thought process right now is going, Freeney is hurt.
That's exactly right. Way to handicap the game there. There it is, Brad. I think he's going. I think he's chosen Saints.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
He's looking over. He's asking for the line. It's 5.
Quit looking over there. We're out of time. I'm taking your Saints pick.
Yeah,
with Norm MacDonald in a minute. He's in town. You're going to check him out. Norm, you feel free to come to the kitchen.
I don't believe
if you
he's
want.
going to the Colts.
I'm going to the kitchen right now.
All right, here we go.
Norm has developed a habit for tweeting throughout sports events. He's also a veteran handicapper.
The proper bet is Denver.
Denver? Okay. You wrote Denver. So it's worth noting, Norm has had some problems with gambling in the past, but he knows how to pick a game. The problem comes when he starts picking every game.
Well, I remember when I was hosting Saturday Night Live, I had every hockey under. There was like 14 games. When they say, oh, just gamble what you can afford, well, then there's no gamble to it. You know what I mean? What's the gamble?
Yeah. We talk football. Then we move to Russian literature, a genuine passion of his.
But Gogol was an ultra-realist.
Fact is, Norm can have a conversation about almost anything.
Put a knife in and twist it around your brain. So were the Yoko songs those experimental weird things? Now we're at a point where there's 1,011,030 guys. God damn, there's the interception.
We talk about his career, but it's not to boast. Norm rarely boasts.
It was so hard because I had to act in it, you know what I mean? And I can't act, so that was...
Head over to his other condo to watch the game with his son.
Ah, what are you doing?
Just like before, Norm sits down, opens his laptop, and we watch football.
Oh, no, that's going to look bad for Cam. You got that hit out because it takes too long.
It's no longer like I'm with a comedic genius or even an interview subject. I'm just hanging with a guy named Norm.
By the ref.
I understand why David Letterman had him on as the last stand-up of his late-night show.
He's not sentimental, and I say in truth, I love you. Oh, my God.
He's just a genuine guy. Oh, and the Broncos won. They scored 24. Not bad, Norm.
That was very sweet, Norm. Good night, everybody.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind. Still in line.
What was the most you ever bet on an event?
$400,000.
Who was it on?
Atlanta Falcons against the Denver Broncos, 1990.
Who was favored?
The Broncos were favored by something like 12.5 points.
You took Atlanta.
I took the money line that paid 3 to 1 or something like that, and lost. And I will tell you this. You should never bet football because the ball ain't round. I keep telling people this. And so the ball hits and then it does all kinds of crazy things and you don't know. You want to bet on a game with a round ball. But anyways, I quit. I don't know why I'm even saying this.
You know, are these street jokes?
No.
So you wrote them?
They're not. Someone wrote them.
No, I'll just read them.
Yeah.
When you're single trying to attract a partner, it's important to project the qualities you desire, which I understand, but boy, oh boy, have I had to suck a lot of dick lately.
That's sort of like a Bobby Lee joke.
It is a lot like a Bobby Lee.
All right. What about this one? This is for you. Here's one for Bobby Lee.
I don't want to know no more dick sucking.
No, sir.
And then I also said that I sucked my cousin's dick.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
That's a sharp left turn.
Yeah, which I didn't know there was a camera on.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm not gay, but in high school I sucked my cousin's dick.
Yeah, sure.
Boy, was it hot outside today. I went out to buy a California Pizza Kitchen signature pepperoni frozen flatbread, and by the time I got home, it was perfectly cooked and entirely eaten. 100% true.
Oh, you ate it. See, I love Bobby laughs. I love the laughs. It's just weird, right? Some of them are odd. I'm not going to lie to you.
This is a joke.
Well, some of them.
But this is a joke.
I think technically.
Like an observational joke?
What about this one? This is a short one, fast one.
Okay. I signed up for my company's 401k.
401k?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I fucked it up.
No.
Don't give me a line reading.
I
give me a line reading.
I didn't know what 401k was, so I thought.
I mean, you give me a line reading and then you touch me. That's
well, you're very soft.
I know. I signed up for my company's 401k, but I don't think I can run that far.
It is a long way. Wait, I got to get one that's going to make Bobby happy. I don't like when he scowls after it. You ever hear of steampunk?
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Well, there's a joke for you.
I wouldn't call myself a fan of steampunk, but I will say it's the healthiest way to prepare punk.
If I was grading constellations, well, this is a thing we get once in a while. We ask for letters from people that have problems, and it's actually called Dear Bobby. So this one says, Dear Bobby, I am in love with 2 boys and don't know which one to marry. First there's Andy. He's sort of blonde and sells insurance. Mama likes him, which helps a lot. He's very reliable and seems anxious to get married. Then there's Tony. He's dark and sort of gives me the creeps, but they're awfully nice creeps. I don't know which one I like best. In the daytime, I like Andy, but I believe I like Tony better at night. Which one do you think would make the best husband for me? Andy or Tony?
How long is this?
This show?
Yeah.
So how long has it run so far?
I have all day,
so far?
but I just kind of want to know how long it is.
It's over. But thanks, man. You were awesome. You were the best guest so far. The great Bobby Lee.
And there was a story you had told about your father and Bill Cosby on David Letterman. Do you think you could share that with us here right now?
I remember that. Yeah, that was when I opened for Bill Cosby.
Right.
You want me to tell you the story?
Yeah, tell the story. It was terrific.
No, I opened for Bill Cosby at this college. So there's 100,000 people at the college. It's the University of Oklahoma. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, for sure. Like 100,000 people to see your show, Norm, or just?
No, to see Bill Cosby.
Oh, to see Bill Cosby.
I was opening for him.
Oh, okay.
So, it's a football stadium, So they have this little tiny, stage, and so I went up there, and I had my suit on and everything. And then I talked, and no one laughed. They were all just talking to each other. I don't think they even noticed me on stage, And they didn't mind that I was on stage, but they they didn't boo or anything. I don't even think they saw me. So I finished my thing, and then I got off, and Bill Cosby came up, and he was wearing, and he talks just in little. He talks he doesn't use full sentences. So he said, "Why?" I was wearing a suit. He goes, "Why this suit? Suit, or something like that." So I said, "No, I was trying to show the respect." Bill Cosby goes, "College, wear the sweatshirt and the pants." So he just had a sweat suit on. So, anyways, he says, this shows you how good Cosby is. He's he was asking the girl, from the student union or whatever. He goes, "What's going on here?" So she goes, "Well, next week we're playing Tulsa, and it's a big game." So then he goes on stage and he goes, "We're playing Oklahoma State." He goes, "Oklahoma State!" So everyone cheers, right? Then he goes, "Tulsa!" And then everyone boos. And then he says it slower. He goes, "Oklahoma State!" And then everyone goes crazy. He goes, "Tulsa!" He does this 6 times, and the audience is going insane by the end of it, cheering and booing. And then at the end he goes, "Next week I'll be playing Tulsa, and I'll be doing that bit in reverse." Then he laughs. Everyone laughs. So then they loved him. They didn't even notice I was on stage. And so anyway, then the show ends. And then I'm talking to him, and I was telling him, because when I grew up, my dad and I would listen to Bill Cosby albums. He would love Bill Cosby, my dad. So I said, "My dad loves you." He goes, "Where's your dad live?" And I said, "Ottawa." He goes, "Ottawa." And then he turns to his manager guy that was with him, and he goes, "Maury, aren't we playing in Ottawa? When? I thought the schedule..." So then the guy goes, "Yeah." He goes, "We're doing it in August." He goes, "Yes, take the man's name down, and we will..." And so then he says, "I will meet with your father, take him back, and we will speak. And I will put him in the front, because people like to be..." And then after, and so just put the number down on the paper. So then, I go to write the number down, and it occurs to me that my father's dead. So, but I don't want to say that to Bill Cosby, So I just write down any fucking number. I just write the area code and then 7 digits. So that's the story. So then later, a couple of months go by, and this also shows you the power of a guy like Bill Cosby. I was doing some lame thing on the Drew Carey show, I was supposed to be a lawyer or something for one episode of the Drew Carey show. So I'm on the Drew Carey show. I'm rehearsing, and a lady runs up and she goes, "Bill Cosby's on the phone." So I go, "What?" So I go and I answer the phone, and it's there, I swear. It's Bill Cosby. So I go, "Hello?" He goes, "Your father does not answer at the phone." I phoned the number, and the phone rang, and then another voice came that was a machine, and it was a person saying that the number was not used by a person and all this, so I'm like, instead of just telling him, I just said, "No, that's the number." That was all. I didn't know. It was impossible for me to say. But, so anyway, that's the story. And then I told that story on Letterman once, and I guess Cosby saw it, and then the next day, this was when I was working at Saturday Night Live. The next day, I went to my office, and there was like 300 like things of flowers. There was flowers like everywhere in my office. And then and then about 5 days later, like I found there was a little tiny card on one of the flowers, and it said, I hate to be the one to break. I'm doing his voice, but it said, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but your father is long since dead. So that's the story. God damn, that was a long story.
But it was good. It was good. Have you had any contact with Dr. Cosby since then, Norm?
The doctor, yeah, Dr. William H. Cosby, ED.
Yeah, that's him.
No, I've never talked to Bill Cosby since then. But I love that guy.
That's so amazing. And it was a great impression too. If I don't mind saying that, really, are we going to see lots of impressions from you when you're here in Calgary? And
oh yeah, no.
Little one, you've been away so long, and I need you now more than forever. More than forever.
You know, I had maybe the greatest Bill Cosby story ever.
Really?
And now it's not in the top 10,000. Because I'll tell people the story.
Right.
And I'll constantly be interrupted by, and then did he rape you? I'm like, he didn't ever rape me. It had nothing to do with the story.
You're not very funny.
Pardon me? I didn't hear what he said. Come on. What is going on? No, I didn't hear what he said. I'm sorry. What did you say, sir?
You're not very funny.
Who? So what do I give a fuck? No, now you're saying I'm not very funny, right?
You got my money. That's okay.
How much money? How much money I got that's yours? No, honestly, I don't care. How much?
Well, a couple bucks.
Are you alone? Are you just by yourself?
When I'm with someone.
So,
PM. He's not alone, unfortunately.
no, but so what was the idea? So here's the thing. So you go, I'm gonna pay money. Go see this dude, right? Tickets probably cost a lot of money, right? So, no, that would be an awful thing. That would be an awful thing. That would be a terrible thing to do. No, I just want them to understand what exactly happened. So, but anyways, at some point in your life, you thought I was funny. Because I don't got no fucking banjo or shit. So at some point in your life, you thought I was funny, right?
Weekend update, baby.
Weekend update. That's nice, thank you. So then, have you ever seen me do anything since Weekend Update? Pardon me? I'm sorry, what?
YouTube morbid bits.
I did what?
There's a lot of YouTube morbid bits.
YouTube morbid bits? Oh, morbid. I see. And so then, did you like those?
No.
You didn't like those?
really about death. Is that what you mean? So, yes! So they were clips from the, you don't like those. So then you said, I'll come here to this show.
You said that you were better. You weren't doing the morbid stuff anymore.
Yeah, I'm not doing the morbid stuff anymore. Did I do anything more? First of all, I never said I was better. I've never used it. But have I done anything morbid, do you think?
No, Norm, I love you, baby. That's why I'm here. So shut up.
Why you tell him shut up? He should say I love me. Well, that's nice. Thanks, man. That's cool that you love me. Because it's cool to love someone, even if you don't think they're fine. You know, you should love someone even if even if they disappoint you. No, I'm not going to check them out. Why would I do that? Yeah. So you know, it's nice of you to love me, even though I've disappointed you. Yeah, I'm sorry I disappointed you. Because seriously, I never tried. You know. I'll try to do that. But that was nice that you said that you love me on the weekend update. And it was so sweet that you said you love me. So, I love you too, bro. Oh, man, live. We got through that all right. You gotta let people have their opinion and stuff like that. You know, man paid a lot of money, and they're like, what the fuck is all this shit? Morbid shit. I didn't really feel that morbid.
Love you, Norm. You rock, Norm.
Where's Adam?
But let's do a morbid thing. What are you yelling my name for?
Norman!
Well, shut the fuck up. Then we gotta do some thing here. Okay. No, that's very nice of you yelling my name.
No problem, Norm.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here, you know, and I was asked to host the ESPYs this year. Yeah, hi, that's my name, Espen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're very kind. You know, in the, what's that? Oh, yeah, no. No, you're absolutely right. That is my name. What's that? Guy yells my name for no reason.
Nora Ephron walked off the show.
Yeah.
Right, and so did Sinead O'Connor, I think, right?
I was there for that one, too.
You were there for Sinead O'Connor?
Yeah.
It was Nora Dunn, by the way.
Oh, no, I meant when Dice did it, Sinead... Yeah,
was that the same show?
That wasn't the same show.
No, she said she didn't want to do it because Dice was performing, so they had to get a different musical guest.
This guy, hired this guy to ruin all the interviews? No, so how about this?
Adam had a question he wanted to ask you about your comedy.
Yeah, I've been chomping at the bits to ask this one. I've been thinking about it all week. Norm told me to come up with some questions for you, and I've just been dying to know, where do you get your ideas from? Oh, I mean... Yeah, I've been dying to know, where do you get your ideas from? Norm.
Yeah,
maybe
you know,
asked that.
that's a good.
No, I really. I've been watching you for years, and I've always been really curious. Where do you get your ideas from? I think it's been really a thorough interview. I always wanted to know where he got his ideas from, but I think we've,
Never been asked that before.
Where do you get your ideas from?
I don't know where I get I don't know. Jeez. What, do you have a specific idea you want to know where?
No, just all of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why didn't you answer his question?
What was his question?
Ask it again.
Don't ask that again. That
ask
was
that
the
again.
dumbest goddamn question I've ever heard.
You just want to know where you got
Yeah, well, I gotta tell you where I got it at Ralph's. That's where I got it.
Any particular Ralph's?
Yes, no, it's at Beverly Hills Ralph's.
Okay.
Got it in the meat section.
The one on Beverly.
Beverly Drive. Okay.
Listen, the next story we have is in health news, actually. And no offense, Norm, but I think you should probably pay attention to this. Let's take a listen.
A new study out of Harvard linking 1 in 10 deaths in this country to excessive salt.
A lot of things would have to go very, very right for me to die of salt. The only thing I can pray for is that I die of salt and not, begging for mercy. So I think that's nonsense, that people should be afraid of too much salt. Now, I know you eat a lot of salt, though, Norm. We were discussing this earlier. And in entertainment news, this is something you guys both wanted to discuss. Let's roll the clip.
Oh, not another one.
Oh, yeah,
There's
you know what? There is no clip. We have.
He said, let's roll the clip, and it's a picture. This show is just so. I tell you, even the prisoners are going back to bed.
Well, I'll explain what's going on.
Adam Eager told me something I didn't know. He said you worked with Red Fox on a variety.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm dying to hear.
I produced Red Fox variety.
You told me he just worked on it.
Worked on it.
Well, that's. According to your
What do you
Wikipedia
think I was, a
page.
stagehand, you douchebag? Worked on it.
Not
Did
the
you
first time I've been
do
called
your
douchebag
notes?
today. No,
I want
got
you
all my
back on
information
drugs.
from
I'm
Wikipedia.
serious. I want you
Yeah,
back on stuff so you
this
know.
Close. I'm gonna do a shot
I'm
next
sorry.
break.
No,
No, it's
I'm
true.
just teasing.
No.
Just good, huh? Here, Fred.
Adam.
Whatever. Well, that name's a name. Jesus Christ, he gets fucking.
You knew what he meant.
Yeah. Did you know that Adam Eager did comedy for a while?
You did?
Very briefly.
But you performed?
Very
Open
briefly.
mics? In LA or in Phoenix?
Arizona.
In Arizona, he was
Yeah.
famous for thrusting out his cock. Like he'd stand at the mic and he'd push forward so his...
It was a nervous,
But he has a hell of a hog. Yeah, right? People say that.
Yeah.
You have a big dick? No, people said you have a big dick?
Yeah, I guess.
That's, would you say no next time?
No.
Brian Regan plays Salt Lake City, and he does it for a month straight.
He does?
That makes sense.
They love him.
He's
one
a
of the
good
few
comic.
that's just that good and,
He's just
and
so
works so
clean.
clean.
Yeah. So clean.
Perfectly clean. And
he's hilarious. Too.
That's tough to be that good and clean.
Yeah, it's
That's
impossible.
so impressive.
I'm impressed with clean comics.
Me too. Way more impressed than anyone that's superior as a dirty. It seems like a crush a lot of times.
I like dirty ones too. I like.
It's a real meeting of the mind. Remember he had jokes about Ewell Gibbons? He'd always he'd always pick one guy. Yeah, eating cardboard. And I didn't even know who he was when I was a kid, but I just laughed.
I still don't know. Who's Ewell Gibbons?
He was I think he did Grape Met Cereals commercial. I love now I have to explain to this fucking guy.
It was about roughage.
Yeah.
And organic roughage.
Got it.
Kind of guy.
So I didn't even know Grape Nuts had a. I didn't know they had a commercial.
Shut up.
Shut up.
For 1 fucking minute, trying to talk to a legend of comedy. You're talking about.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
How did you guys meet? Did you have to audition for this?
We covered that in the Tom Green episode. No, we met at Tempe Improv.
I like he's mad. He's like he's mad at you. We covered that in the Tom Green episode.
I was saying it to you. I met him when I used to manage the Improv in Tempe.
I didn't ask you if you managed the Improv. I just asked you where you met him. I'm going to show you how I act by reacting.
How are you feeling, Kevin?
In my head, I'm thinking, how am I feeling? All right.
Jesus, that was good.
I'm not finished.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm all right. You?
I guess I'm all right. I don't know.
Worst reaction ever. Doesn't even know how he fucking. But whatever, you know, you need a sidekick.
My favorite sketch of all time you were actually in was the Mr. Belvedere fan club. The great
Oh yeah,
Fred
that was
Wolf,
good.
you know,
Fred Wolf.
Fred Wolf
wrote that.
That was a good one.
And,
Yeah.
and the other one you were also in, I always loved Sabra Price is Right. And both Tom Hanks, which was actually.
That was old Smigel wrote that one.
Yeah, those were my.
You were talking about.
Hey, that was my first skit ever.
Oh, the
Sabras.
Yeah, Mr. Belvedere.
No, Sabras.
Sabra, Price is Right.
Oh, okay.
This is your greatest instrument. This right here.
You ever think about revisiting some of the old
You're
roles?
sweating like a whore in church, Adam.
They cut the budget on the show. We don't have air conditioning anymore.
Ask your question.
You think about revisiting?
Everything's gonna be okay, buddy. He's very nervous. Imitable is good. Imitable is good.
Letterman. That was a Letterman laugh.
Imitable is good. I don't have a laugh. Do you have a good laugh?
Yeah, I have like a real annoying laugh.
Yeah. If you don't have one, no, it sounds fake.
Yeah.
I try, but it comes out weird. What about you?
Yeah, I have a real obnoxious laugh.
I forgot he was here.
Yeah. I know, the minute you said that, I was like, should we be talking to the crew? Do we cut?
But
now, that story is not in the book.
No.
Why isn't that story in the book?
Yeah, that should be in the book.
Well, because the
Oh, thanks, Adam. Welcome back. You out looking for apartments? Jesus.
Told me that we should go our separate ways, but I just want to live my life without.
This is Adam Egan, by the way.
I noticed he was at the end of the table smiling. And should we bring him into the conversation? What do you think?
Adam.
What do you think?
I just did, yeah.
The whole commercial break was you asking questions.
Yeah, I know. And then as soon as we come on camera, you do all the work.
It's like Ralph Cramden.
Okay. Is he to help out with just your commercial breaks? Keep his mouth shut after that?
We really don't know why.
We don't know. But we haven't found a position for him yet.
I think that's so cool how you said that about how let's see what Caitlin can do in the last quarter of her life, because that's traditionally where you always excelled in the comebacks in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
I know. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
well, he said he beat the guy by 18 seconds.
Oh, no, that was the trials, but in '76 he came in at the second day.
I know. I'm talking about the trials.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What do you think is the most difficult sport that you haven't tried? You said it was the most difficult.
Well, if I haven't tried it, I wouldn't know if it was difficult. Where do you get him?
I don't know.
Did you get him off the street?
He said it as if it was the best question.
It's probably not even in. I hope it's not in his notes.
What sport that doesn't exist?
Yeah, is the hardest. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
We'll
Okay,
be back with more inanity. I don't know what it is. What is it that makes a woman more flexible than a man?
How the fuck am I gonna know?
He's a great sidekick, isn't he? He's absolutely no help. He came up with Pastor Brad, which was
he
good.
came up with Pastor Brad, and then you having to imagine a sport that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And how you would.
Carl Reiner said to me,
You hold your hand
I'm
down?
gonna do it. Yeah, he goes like this. The only problem I have is short-term memory loss. The only problem I have is short-term memory.
Sometimes I'm beginning to worry about my short-term memory loss.
That was the
Sometimes I'm beginning to worry about my short-term memory loss. Sometimes I'm beginning to worry about my short-term memory loss. That was it.
I thought he was talking about his first Twitter name. I was like, that's a really long Twitter name. Thanks so much for calling in, Super Dave. Please come back.
I didn't call in, asshole. I didn't call in. You called me. I'm not calling into this. Let me explain something. If I'm homeless, I'm not calling in.
Duly noted, Super Dave.
You understand? You understand?
Yes.
There's something beautiful about this one.
I'm so
not
glad.
joking. I'm not being ironic.
No, I really loved it too. It was great.
Oh, that's great.
So
Too bad this guy was here.
Yeah.
Real Ed McMahon over here, huh?
Ed McBoy.
Ed Action star Jean-Claude Van Damme will join the French Foreign Legion. In the film, Van Damme is a playboy in 1920s Paris who flees a mob boss after falling in love with the man's mistress. Also, although it doesn't say anything here about it, I'll bet there's plenty of kicking.
I like sports, you know? You like sports? I love sports. I love, do you ever see kickboxing? I've heard about kickboxing and stuff. I've never actually gone to a kickboxing. It's a great sport. The idea is it combines the style and grace of boxing, right, with kicking.
I love sports, man. You can see sports on ESPN you don't see on other networks. You know, like kickboxing. That's my favorite sport. Kickboxing is great. When you think about it, it combines the style and grace of boxing with kicking.
You like kickboxing? I'll tell you the best kickboxing movie around. What's that? Kickboxer. It's the best one. It's the best one to see, right? Best one of all. Well, I'm glad you... the bad one. You know what the worst one is? What's that? Kickboxer 2. That's the worst. It's great. It's a great movie, but it's just the worst one.
Remember, he had a joke I loved early on about kickboxing. It was like, remember he said kickboxing combines all the grace and finesse of boxing with kicking. I just was like, he had this, the way he would just punch it and reduce it to its absolute, most absurd, yeah. And you did picture like kicking. Just what sounds lamer than a guy kicking somebody?
Yeah.
So, how'd the big fight with those fraternity guys turn out?
We kicked their ass. I was punching one guy and I was kicking this other guy. I threw this one dude right through a plate glass window.
Really?
Yeah, well, sort of, except the exact opposite.
Don't you think it's kind of silly for grown men to fight?
What, are you kidding? Did you ever see that movie Kickboxer? They're all grown men.
I'm used to say goodbye, nothing new to me. Baby, I'm trying to survive and know that you believe in a world with happy endings. So tired of pretending.
Norm, I'm sleeping with your wife.
You son of a bitch, rough motherfucker! Huh? You sleep with my fucking wife? You son of a bitch cocksucker! You're my best fucking friend, Adam! God damn you, motherfucker! I'll fucking kill you! You sleep with, that's what you were doing on fucking Friday night, were you?
That comedian that would rape people at comedy club, no, in colleges.
Yes, Vince Champ.
They always said his great gimmick was that people would think who did it, and they never, because he'd go on to another town and another college, but when people say, what about the comic?
Yeah. Maybe the worst gimmick a comic ever had.
I had a black guy open for me, and I got him into the hotel.
No way.
Nice guy, Vince Champ. His name was Vince Champ.
Oh, no.
I don't know whatever happened to that fella. But a nice man.
Arrested for rape.
He knows. He knows.
Tell him your best story.
My best story was the Steve. You just fucking told it.
No, that happened to you. He's a comedian.
No,
he was not. The Tempe Improv?
Okay.
What was your joke?
You had one joke?
It was so ridiculous. It was stupid.
What was it?
Oh God, man! It was something like don't take a shot from a girl at a bar because it looks ridiculous. It's never good. I think the punchline was is this a Care Bear cum shot or something? It was really ridiculous.
Don't take a shot at a girl at a bar. I think it has to do with the Care Bears. It's like, what?
That was the worst.
I don't remember it. It was so long ago, but that was the gist of it, and that's why I don't do stand-up anymore.
You should open with it.
Yeah. I should open and close with it.
He can't even tell his own joke.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not a good,
Anything.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, it's like...
I was at a party with a friend and I noticed you first, and you returned my gaze, knew how to quench my thirst. You took me to that room like a dream come true. The dance you performed was just for me and you. Kisses on the neck, then you work your way down. Let yourself go for me all around town. Seductive.
Across the Great Plains, harsh weather and hungry boll weevils are the cause of one of the worst cotton harvests in years. Or so the Germans would have us believe. Last Sunday's National Hockey League game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Tampa Bay Lightning was postponed due to record snowfall in Buffalo. Or so the Germans would have us believe. This year's lack of snow in Alaska could help generate a surplus of moose next year because deep snow makes it harder for moose to search for food, which leaves them more vulnerable to wolves. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In Fort Pierce, Florida, many Bell South customers will no longer pay long-distance phone rates for nearby calls, but will instead be charged with a flat rate of 25 cents. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In Little Rock, Arkansas, a consumer group is proceeding with a petition drive to get a proposal on the November ballot that would exempt food from state sales tax. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In St. Louis, archaeologists will use special radar on nearby landfills in an effort to find the 70-foot axle from a Ferris wheel, which was the centerpiece of the 1904 World's Fair. Or so the Germans would have us believe. And finally,
I'm scared of letting go, go. I'm scared of letting go, go. I'm scared of letting go. I'm scared of letting go of everything. I'm scared of letting.
Last year, German Shepherds were rated the nation's most effective police dogs by far, sniffing out more than $100 million worth of illegal drugs. Or so the German Shepherds would have us believe.